Seen one hover, triangle in the sky, then it slid undercover. Static on the feed, but the frame don't lie. One flash, whole craft locked in his eye. There's a road, midnight phone cam, shaky. Lights move sharp, left, right, like crazy. Call the tower, they say nothing on the scope, but the radar glitch look exactly like hope.
Truth beyond disclosure, take the journey into the unknown. Hands up higher, feel that pull, we're never going home. Every little secret, every file they've ever owned. Truth beyond disclosure, take the journey into the unknown. Truth beyond. Disc drop and it vanished from here. Neighbors all swear it was just some flair, but the dog went wild, every hair in the air. Headlights off, black vans on the corner. Men in clean suits, fake smiles, giving orders. Nothing to discuss, it was weather understand, but the tape in the safe says a whole other plan. Truth beyond disclosure, take the journey into the unknown. Hands up higher, feel that pull, we're never going home. Every little secret,
why they black out the frame when the craft appear? Why they edit every tape, every trace, every tear? Crew in the booth, we connect each dot. Coley on the mic, hit record, run it hot.
Male and female, back-to-back tag team flow. From the fields, from the ships, from the old windows. Abduction marks, bright scars they can't explain. Same dream, same face, same luminous name. Whistleblower drop codes in the chat at night. Coordinate dates, what they keep out of sight. SNX dialed in, we decode each line. Turn the volume to the truth, let it cut through the lies. Truth beyond disclosure, take the journey into the unknown.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley, also known as ColeyUFO, and of course, it's Monday, so we have the lovely, beautiful, and talented Miya Starfire with us. So, if you have not subscribed to Miya, please go over to her channel and do so. It is Miya Starfire. I can remove the comment too here, so you have it and have the name, and on YouTube. So definitely. And where else, Miya, can they find you? Is there anywhere else that you wanted to try building it up?
Just for Facebook and YouTube right now. Miya Starfire on both platforms.
Yes, and definitely follow. She puts out, Miya does, she's very insightful. She does, and all of her information too is in the comment section. I just want to say to everybody, I've been really excited about this since the last panel, but I definitely want to go through chat and say hello to everybody too. I'll start at the top, Miya.
It's extra fast tonight.
Yeah, right. Oh Lord, who knew that would go so bad? I have to get to the top first. Anyway, before it's nice to see you.
Gary Pops, of course. Elaria, Roger Holler.
Oh, Roger Holler's in. Hello, Roger. And Midnight or Midwest. Gosh, I want to squeeze it together. It's Midwest Night Watchers. Go over to their channel. They have another great channel. That is Jane and Gerald over there. So definitely go over and subscribe. And I got Blackie, Lori Ladd, Flamethrowing Lori. She's on the panel, and Cryptid Investigations, and of course Blazer. Blazer's back there. He's producing this. God bless his soul for doing this and taking it on. But he's really, really good at it. I promise he's really good at it. But Yeah, do you have any more, Maya, that you see? I'm still scrolling through it's
Yeah, I
going
got
down.
Diane Boss, Bigfoot Fans. I am Verax. I think excuse me if I mispronounce anybody's name.
Jean Hudson. And Bigfoot Fans 33. Also go over to her channel and subscribe. She's on the panel tonight. We'll go into that in just a second. But yeah, Diane. Oh yeah, hi Diane. Diane's so nice. Yeah, it's so nice to see everybody.
We've got Kurt W75. I know there's more. Robin Liz Griffith.
Judy Wheeler. I got Stance 13. I don't want to stop on you. Sorry. It's so nice. You guys keep chatting away. It's great. It's great. I just don't want to miss anybody. Blackie, do we say? I think we did before.
Yeah.
4422.
Judy Wheeler. I don't know if we said that one yet. We got Chiro or Chiro. I'm so sorry.
Chiro. I was saying it wrong also. That's Jane. Yes, yeah. Go over to Chero Sounds and definitely subscribe. And there's so I'm at Gary. Definitely Gary, he's coming on. And Kurt W75, it's so great to see you. I think GC is in the house. Yep. And if you see anybody else.
I see Benno.
Benno's
second. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Benno. I got Gary Carpenter too. Let's see here. It's so nice to see everybody. I got the Cryptid Search Investigations. Nice to see you. And I feel like I just missed somebody. If we missed you, let's see. What is it? The Tank? I don't know. The Tank. If I'm saying this right, let's call you Tank right now. So I apologize. I don't have my glasses on like I should. I just realized that before. Chris Sadley. Hey, Chris is local. He's been watching for a long time. Thank you for your support. It's always awesome to see everybody in here. If we missed anybody, we do apologize. Just because chat is going so fast. But if you do have questions along the way, put them all. Oh, Keith, from 1675 is also on the panel. So just put them all in caps. That way that we see them and we're able to get to your questions. So without further ado, I guess, this panel, I can't say enough good things about Gary Spikes. He's definitely been in the chat. Like he's a warrior on both ends of this, and he's he's a leader. For those of you who don't know this side of him, he's had so many experiences in the way that even he grew up, and his connection with the cryptids is absolutely unbelievable. He's got a great group of people, and they couldn't be more fun. I always say I'd love for them. You guys can adopt me and pick me up and take me with anytime you would like. They go and they just got back from the LBL, which is Land Between the Lakes, for those of you who do not know, with high strangeness. But yes, so Maya, are you excited for tonight? How are you doing this? I should ask you.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. As soon as I jumped backstage or back there, and they had I'll let them show you maybe what they had, but it was just so adorable, and just such a lovely energy. You can tell that they had a lot of good fun, and they spent some time in the forest for sure. So yeah,
I could feel that energy. As soon as I went back there, I was like, wow, they really are. But that's what better people to surround yourself by than these guys. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to bring them out one by one, and we can introduce you. Gary Spikes, I'm sure if you have been in any YouTube chat whatsoever, you have seen him, and he holds a wrench. He does it, and he does it well. Gary, why don't you tell everybody who doesn't maybe necessarily know this side of you? I really was so impressed the last time you were on. I had no idea. So it was very cool that you let us in on that. And so I'll let you take it away from here. Why don't you tell everybody about all this you got going on with the cryptids?
Just deal with them, not every day and then right now, but they're usually around here. And when they are away, they come back to check on me all the time. They've been watching over me all my life.
And this has been generational.
Yeah, there's 5 generations of us that this one alpha has watched over. And I'm hoping he'll watch over my grandkids. But that's awesome. You never know. But you're talking about LBL. Wait until you see the pictures and stuff that we got from LBL.
Oh, I'm excited to see those. Excited to see those. So should I pull them randomly or should I, you know what, without further ado, we got to bring Lori out. She seems to be
bring everybody up first.
You want everybody out here first or you want to go
Yeah.
one by one? Okay, we're going to bring everybody out here first.
No, I mean, you can bring them out one by one, but don't show the pictures till they're all on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just kicked you. almost, Cindy. So Lori, flamethrower Lori, I had to laugh when I read your bio. I didn't realize, I forgot that happened. And I didn't give you a wrench just because I felt bad about it. I did feel bad that you were muted, but you're good at the wrench, you know, and you run, look, I was right. You run with a great crew. I had no idea back then though, you and Pops and you guys had all these fun people behind the scenes, but yeah. For those people who don't know, Lori, if you been in any sort of YouTube chat too, I'm sure you've seen her. She's also known as Flamethrower Lori. So yeah, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, the flamethrower thing is your fault.
I know.
And no, I didn't get to carry a flamethrower, but I took one of Gary's walking sticks and put a shoe on the end, and I said that's my extended spider whacker.
There you go.
And I'm gonna blame Chiro Sounds Jane because I think she took her singing bowls and put a spell on me or something because she was like, don't have any spiders, and I didn't even get in the truck and I had a spider on me.
Oh God.
I sure did. And Gary had two on him. So anyway, but no, I mean I had experiences long time ago and got me interested in the Bigfoot stuff and with just weird things happening. So I slowly progressed to the YouTube and ended up in chat and met all these people and finally got to go to the meet and greet and put faces with names. And it was great. We had a great time. Gary's got some pictures for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Isn't it so wonderful? You know, when you can meet and that energy, you guys have a phenomenal energy just going in and online. I mean, that had to have been a blast meeting everybody for the first time and feel like it'd be like a real world cryptid style or something.
Yeah, and I didn't mind getting banned from your chat. I actually hold my wrench proudly.
No, I can't remember who accidentally hit the button, but somebody did. I was like, oh no, that was yeah.
Everybody said they did. Everybody tried to take the blame for it. I think Gary was the first that said, I did it. I'm sorry. So I still don't know.
That sounds like my chat. Yeah.
I didn't even know, so it's no big deal. But yeah.
I can't remember who it is now, but I kind of remember that. Oh my God, that's funny. Well, yep. So now on the next on the list is Cindy. Why don't you tell everyone? Cindy doesn't talk. Is she talk?
Nope.
The monkey? No.
It's not a monkey. It's a Bigfoot.
It's a Bigfoot. It's a little Bigfoot.
I don't have my glasses on, and all I could see from here. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
No, doesn't it kind of? If it's at it now, I can see it. But if it were at an angle, it looks. My son had one realistic like that with the hair. So
this is Pops Jr.
Now I can see it. That's really cute.
Yeah,
that's really cute.
Me or the Pops?
Both, absolutely both. Why don't you tell everybody who you and your friend are, and were you at the LBL this weekend also?
Oh, you betcha. We took my truck and picked up Gary and Lori, and we headed to Kentucky. And I tell you, Lori snores. Gary falls off the top bunk. It was just
tell it all.
Oh yeah, it's a tell all. But yeah, we had a great time. At least I did. I can't speak for the rest of them, but
you didn't sleep, but you had a good time.
Giving away trade secrets over here. Yeah.
It's nothing like some pillows can't solve, right?
That's
and then
Cody, I gotta say something here. She didn't say it.
No, Gary, be nice. We're
This is the kind of friend that Cindy is. My truck broke down a week ago. Well, 2 weeks ago now. And I wasn't going to get to go to LBL, neither was Lori, because the truck broke down. Cindy drove all the way over here from Joplin, Missouri, or near Joplin. Wow. 5 hours, picked up me in the trailer, and then we went right back over and picked up Lori and on into Kentucky. That's the type of friend she is.
Oh, how amazing.
Wow.
That's
Cindy
awesome.
saves the day. That's awesome. How
Thank
far
you.
is that for you?
Round trip, it was, what we say, 2,700 miles.
Whoa.
So not bad. Or 2,200 miles. I stand to be corrected.
You didn't say
yeah.
22. You said 2,200 miles. That's how long. That's awesome.
Yep.
You guys. Oh, wow. That is so cool. This is what I mean. You could have swung through Iowa and adopted me. Would have gone. Yeah. I like this group. You guys are a lot of fun. You help. I mean, this isn't stuff you see in a community all the time. And I love the fact that you guys have this together. It's awesome.
It's a trip. Yeah.
And then to Keith, we have Keith from 1675 also here. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself? Did you go to the LBL this weekend, or I don't think you did you?
No, that is on my list, but I'm a cold weather guy. I'm waiting for it to change to winter already. But
yes, you're a Midwester too, aren't you? Midwestern.
Oh yeah, don't you know? Yep. But yeah, I made a mistake of showing a wife a flamethrower on YouTube. Yeah, I know what she wants for Christmas. Oh boy.
Oh heck yeah, Lori, that was like an inspiration for. I was like, man, I didn't know how cool they were.
You mean
that was
how they were?
Yeah, I think I could see how it could go bad. I could see how it could go bad, but it has such potential for such fun. I think, I would have to just at least try that out. The video they sent, but yeah. So we got Lori. Lori's a snorer. So right,
No,
is that
I'm
who we're
not.
talking, Cindy?
No, I'm not.
Is that Gary? So what else can you tell me about this? Is there any other, I guess, things we should know about them and their habits?
Zip it.
What happens at the LBL stayed at the LBL.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Keith and his wife are great people too. I met them at Richmond, Missouri last September. They're great people.
Gary, you're a pretty big leader in this community. That's awesome that you get to go places and meet everybody. So have you, because I don't know as if like, I'm trying to think if I've really gone, like, there's been a few, but I wish there was more of this in our community, like with even the UFOs this is my community now. I mean, I've made it mine, but it's just like, I'm not quite an experiencer. You guys are, so you bond, a lot differently, like than I would assume. I mean, that's a profound experience to understand, and to go through together.
No, I'm not a leader. I'm just, since I'm retired, I go a lot. And here's the thing about it. Nearly all of us, don't matter if it's Bigfoot, paranormal, Dogman, it don't matter. The majority of us have experienced more than one.
Oh, cool. Yeah, same here.
It's not, we could fit into any of the communities is what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate you saying that, Gary, because I do think that they all connect. And I said it's too bad that we are not more connected between one another, because there is no reason, like you said, for that. There's so many of us, like I grew up on the paranormal. I'm sure we can all find, when you experience strangeness, high strangeness, it's usually in many, many categories. So that's good that you said that. That would be awesome. Like you could have, go to the LBL and then haunted house, and from there go like, I mean, you could have a whole weekend plan with activities. That would be fun. That's a good idea, Gary. And I know you're very humble.
That's what we did at Richmond, Missouri. We went there and had a Crossing Realms conference was the name of it, because all of the different communities were meeting in that, wasn't it, Keith?
Oh, absolutely. That was a blast. That's like I said on the last show. That was my first time, or actually the wife's and I's first time going to any type of convention. And it was pretty fun. I liked it, and a lot of nice people to meet. Oh, and Gary, by the way, added something to my bar. So you had a nice little walking stick. I wonder who I got that from. Thank you, sir.
I don't know.
Gary, the not leader of his pack. Then no, and you know what, Gary, I know that you don't like to, and that's good because you all are very, very independent, but you do take on a lot of those. Like they told me how many responsibilities you take on, and I have to say for the chat and stuff, and you and how well of a job that you've done in there, I could see what they're talking about. So. Yeah, even though you're taking on those tasks, and like without you, like I know my chat would not be the same. So I appreciate that.
You've got a lot of good mods in there, real good mods. The only difference is that because of practice, I can run more chats at a time than most people do. And it's just because I practiced at it. If they practiced at it, they would be able to do it too. You got some great mods.
Oh yeah, there's some great mods in there. The ones producing behind great mods. But Gary, I learned from you, and I like to think like I know because I watch and I've done. Not that I'm as good as you. No way. I wouldn't even try to take on more than one. That would confuse the daylights out of me. But I know what one looks like, and I can say that. Yeah, I pick up stuff from you all the time, and I'm like, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And what do you think your record is for like one time? I'm talking to him one time. He's like, not only is he having a conversation with me he's talking and he's in 4 other chats. I was like, oh my God, how are you doing this?
I think the record's 8 at the moment.
Oh my God. Anybody else here been in 8 chats moderating them? I mean, oh my.
I can barely do one, I'm telling you.
And that's not counting chat, messenger, and texting.
Yes, that's right, huh?
So you add that.
Yeah. He's got multiple devices going. He's like, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Thanks. He's got the links up before I can change the page most times. I'm like, how did you do that? Yeah.
I know. And then he's like always, and I'm like, so well organized and takes it. So Gary, take those compliments. They really are big, huge compliments. And we want you to know that you're so appreciated so you don't ever leave. Otherwise I'd have to hunt you down and beg you to come back.
Well, I know where he lives, but unfortunately I was sworn to top secrecy. So I accidentally got lost on purpose.
Well, Cindy, everything has a price, okay? Everything is negotiable.
You had to drive with a black bag on your head, didn't you?
That's right.
Everything is negotiable. Okay. So Gary, we'd hate to stalk you down, but so I guess without, me babbling about that any further, Gary, you are good at what you do and you're very humble and I appreciate you. So we'll leave it at that. And if you leave, we can't find you, we'll send out a search and rescue.
Thank you.
Make sure you're okay. Yes, of course. And then I wanted to thank Benno from Oz really quick, 1975. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's very much appreciated. Do you guys want to go through the LBL and the pictures first, or where would you like to start? I'll let you guys lead the way.
It's up to the girls. They were involved in all of it too.
How about the pictures?
Well, I can say the first thing that happened to us when we got there, the very, very first night, we all were sitting around the campfire, 8 to 10 of us. And Roger from Squatch and Holler had a tent set up, and they had already left camp. And we're sitting there, and I look over towards where his tent is, and he's got a dog pen out there for his dogs. And I see this big white orb. And I'm like, oh my God. And I ask everybody, I said, do y'all see that? And everybody turns around and they look, and it was gone by then. But right as everybody turned around, on the inside of the tent, at the lower bottom part of it, right in the middle, this blue-green orb shows up. That's all I can describe it as because it was perfectly round. Cool. And it was bluish green, and it came on, and then it went off. And then it came on again. It did that like 3 to 4 times, but this time there was 8 of us all facing that direction, and we all seen it.
Very cool.
And the next
How low
day,
was it?
Huh?
Was it up in the high in the sky? Was it low around you?
No, it was inside. It was on the inside of the tent, down towards the bottom. Towards the bottom. And when Roger and his wife got back the next day, somebody was up there talking to him and telling him about it. And he opened up the tent and he said, well, you're welcome to come in. There was nothing but 2 tables and a chair in there. and that's it. And there was like a little buddy heater that was sitting on the ground, but it was a propane heater. It didn't even have a propane tank on it, and there was no light. So there was nothing in there that could have caused that light. But Gary, Cindy, me, I don't even remember who else, but there was 8 to 10 of us that were sitting around the campfire. And when I said something about the white light and everybody turns and looks, the white light was gone, but then that one appeared on the inside of the tent. So we all witnessed that.
And she forgot part of it. I actually, after I saw that orb, I got up and went over there and shined my light down in there. And it was about 6 inches off the ground. And like she said, it was right there by that buddy heater, and there was nothing on that buddy heater that could even reflect the light back at us.
That's awesome. I've seen them like that before, but when you actually have other people around you and that's amazing. What do you think it meant? Do you think it was somebody there with you, or?
I don't know.
The last time I was on here, I didn't.
Oh no.
The last time I was on here, I didn't tell this part, and somebody in chat, I'm not going to mention her name without permission,
okay,
told me what some of those orbs are. At the Anniston conference last year, another man was watching the table where we were vending, that I was vending from, while I went to the restroom. And when I come back, as I got close to the table, a look of shock, just pure shock, came over his face. And I looked at him and said, "What's up?" He said, "There's 2 orbs following you." And this is indoors. This is indoors.
Mm-hmm.
And like that friend that's in chat said that it was the Bigfoot watching over me. And I think it was the same thing at LBL this week.
Oh, that's awesome. They do too. Like the phenomenon, like there's one thing that they all have in common across the board is definitely orbs. They're with everything. And that's a lot of times what people don't realize is when people travel or they have an out of body experience, they can show up like an orb too. And I would imagine that holds true for other, like Bigfoot and other, that they can do that with their light as well. That's awesome. But it's good to know, Gary, you're so protected. How does that feel? Like that has to be a good feeling to know.
It is. And as I said on the last show, they have saved my life so many times I can't even count it. But people think I'm bragging about it. I'm not bragging about it. They watch over me, and they ask the locals to watch over me. And the only reason I even talk about it is to show the good side of them. Yes. So many people only want to talk about the bad side of them. No, they are good.
Why can't somebody be happy for somebody that has that? That's my first instinct, is like to be like, hey, that's really cool that you have that. Like, how awesome, like happy for you. But you shouldn't be getting any hate from that.
And I'm not the only one. There's people out there all over that are being protected by these people. They are a people. They're just like us. They're a people. They're just a different race of people. And there's people everywhere that are being protected by them, that have been saved. That out in, I can't remember if it was Oregon or Washington, a log pile fell on a fella, and one come up and cleared those logs off of him and carried him to safety. Literally picked him up and carried him to where he could get help. That happens all over. It's just that you don't ever hear it because people don't want to hear the good side. They only want to hear the bad side. They want the rough stuff. But these things are out there. They want to be left alone, but they will help you. If you respect them, they're going to respect you, and they will help you.
100%.
That happened in Arkansas too, where a guy was injured, and supposedly one came and lifted some logs off of him and enabled him to get back to help.
I've had them turn over cars. All right, here's one. I can't remember where it happened at, but they had a car wreck. And they picked one of them, both of them were unconscious. They got one of them out and put them beside a tree, picked the other one out and got them out and was healing them right there on the spot to keep them alive long enough to get help when they became conscious. And then they carried them far enough to get them help. They are healing. Well, not all of them, but most of them are healers. And then I say that on every show.
I've heard stories about loggers, like where a tree should have fallen on them and it like missed them completely for some weird reason. Yeah. And I believe that these beings have something to do with that some of the times. Like if they like someone's energy, they're probably going to go out of their way to try and help them. So
yeah. And well, Keith's got some good stories too, but his is paranormal, I believe, isn't it, Keith?
Yeah, I have a combination of both paranormal and cryptid.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and and that's like what you said there. There's, oh man, how to say it? My experiences are with Dogman as far as the cryptid stuff, and yeah, it's gonna scare the hell out of everybody if you ever run across the mountain of woods and everything. But I've been lucky enough that with the experiences that I've had, they have not really been aggressive. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a couple times where it made me question whether it's motives or whatever. So one of the issues that I had was back, oh goodness, I think it was like 2004. There's this old abandoned ranger station that used to be out by where I lived in Highland. If anybody's interested in chat, I think some have probably heard me before, but if you look up on YouTube from the movie Red Dawn, the remake that they did in 2012, there's a cabin scene in that movie, and you can look it right up on YouTube, and that's actually the area and the cabin where some pretty bad juju happened. What happened is your pack, a family pack, different. I'm sorry, I'm reading a all male pack, also male pack. Gene, on that one, no, they're not all male. I did have one instance where I ran across an adolescent female. So we can get into that later if need be. But anyway, back in regards to that cabin. Now, what had happened, some kids got in there, and I think it was in the late 90s. I think it was. They had gotten in there and decided to do some live animal sacrifices. And we all know the results of that. Okay, they did the Ouija board, and they woke something up that actually came out of the wall in the basement of this old ranger station. And I've always had a nasty, nasty feeling about that place. I don't like it. The rest of the park isn't too bad. Is it Dogman territory? Yes. You got to be respectful when you go in there. But this station where the sacrifice had happened, or sacrifices happened, they went in there, chopped up some neighborhood pets, and woke something up, and well, they left. They didn't close anything or anything like that. I'm not too familiar with, the actual procedures or whatever. But when I would go around that house, the closest I've ever gotten to that house was about 4 or 5 feet. I'd never touch it. And the first time, I think it was in like 2004 that I went up there, it was a weird sensation. There was a heaviness in the air. And as I was getting closer to it, I went to touch it, and I got hit with infrasound from behind. And that was my first experience with that. And I actually heard the growl come by. I heard and felt the growl come up behind me. Okay, it is, the house is in front of me. Something's coming up behind me, up out of that swamp. And it was enough to persuade me to get away from that house. And any other time that I've gone back there and even got into the yard of this house, I'd get some weird vibes and movement in the surrounding area. So with that being said, I don't think that the dogmen in that area or anything else that is out in those woods really appreciated what was in that house. So I take it as their way of protecting me from what's there. And I am not the only one that had felt that. My wife, part two, she was very sensitive to that type of stuff, and she'd get some pretty crazy visions that I will not go into on here. It's bad. And even with her experiences, she saw the dogmen that were out there in vision, and she explained them in detail, including the blue eyes. And she's never seen them, and I never said anything to it about. Excuse me. I never told her about them. Okay, she just picked up on her own. So again, with like what Gary's saying, they may be some intimidating critters out there in the woods, and they're rightfully so. They're huge. They're not our normal. Okay, but yeah, it's even a dog, man. Now, are there going to be some bad ones, just like everything else? But you know, I think in there's at least a sense of respect, at least towards myself. You know, I can't speak for anyone else. You know, and I do associate that with a lot of my Native American ancestry that comes from that area. And crazy enough, this past, I think it was like last Friday, I had found out, I knew one of my aunts had saw dogmen out here in Highland Township, out there near the Highland Recreation area. It's about 6,000 acres, heavily wooded. You could get lost quick in it, even though it's small. And I found out this past weekend that another aunt of mine had gotten a deer stolen from her back in 1977. And it was stolen from her by a Sasquatch. I think she was up in roughly the center of the state here in Michigan. And my cousin, her son, had an experience probably about an hour north of me here in an area where I think it's called Davison. And it's kind of wooded, but it's kind of built up as well. And he was down in, there was some drainage culvert or something like that. And he saw an adult, I don't know if it was male or female, but it was an adult Sasquatch trying to assist a smaller Sasquatch, probably its child or whatever, up out of this little culvert thing. It was evidently stuck or something. So again, he ran across it pretty close. No aggression. You know, it had bigger fish to fry, trying to get its kid out of the drainage thing. So yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that not all of these things are as bad. And exactly what Gary is saying is that a lot of these people are just hell-bent on a negative drama, and it's entirely not the case. It does quite a disservice to actual experiencers, this whole community. And, you know, it does a disservice towards also other cryptids that may be out there. So take that for what you will, I guess.
And like he said, if they were all bad, every time we've gone to Dogman Ranch, we would all been killed. We've had them around camp. We had one come right up in less than 10 yards from us in camp. I'm sitting there looking at him, and this Dogman, that's not Bigfoot. They are just like us. They want to be left alone, but they're curious.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of people want to be left alone. Like, they can understand that feeling.
Yeah.
But there's bad ones. I'm never going to say there's not bad ones, but they're not all bad. They're not demons. Some people say they're all demons. They're not demons. They're people just like we are, just a different race of people.
Those group of people say that about everybody and everything, I feel like. And I know what you're saying. I appreciate that the fact, Gary, what I would like to do is if it's okay, because you know the story and know the people from here, do you want to kind of run the group, so to speak, and I can sit back? That way I think it would be better if you wanted to do it kind of like that.
Everybody's got questions. Cindy and Lori's got experiences. All of us do. I think some of the people are wanting to see the pictures from
So you want me to pull up the
LBL. Yeah,
okay, cool.
We probably ought to do that right quick.
Okay. Do you want me to just Blazer has them all set up back here? Do you just kind of want me to go through one by one and then you can tell?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna remove this. Let's see. Everybody is loving the conversation. You guys always are amazing to listen to. You have phenomenal experiences. So what were you saying, Gary? I apologize.
There's two of them, a before and an after, and hopefully they're in the right order.
Okay. I'll start. Should I start with the first one? And then just we can go from there. I can't.
Okay, no, that's good. There's just one of those. That one is from Southeast Oklahoma. That was back in, I think 18, but I can't remember for sure. People say that Bigfoot and Dogman don't run together, don't know what they're talking about. Because in that picture right there, I was cooking breakfast and my son had a camcorder. He panned across this way, then he panned back. This picture came from when he panned across the first time. When he came back, there was nothing there. There's an 8-foot deep gully right there where that thing is standing. You can see the Bigfoot right in the middle with his mouth open because he's wanting that bacon. And to his, well, it would be, for us looking at the picture, it would be to the right. There's two dog men standing there in the brush watching us too.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I've got another picture with them circled, but I don't think I sent it to him.
Wow, that's really cool.
He's sitting there watching us cook breakfast. But that was in Southeast Oklahoma down by Broken Bow.
Can you feel them when they're present?
I do, yes. And other people do too. A lot of people feel them when they're present.
No, yeah.
And when we get to LBL, you'll see why I say that.
And then here we have a guy holding the mystery shoe.
That is my son with a shoe. My son with the shoe. It's the shoe on the end of the walking stick that is my extended whacker.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Is he watching now?
There's no flamethrowers allowed around Lori.
What's your son's name? We have to have a shout out to your son. Is he watching right now?
His name is Danny.
Hi, Danny. We dig your walking stick. Definitely dig your walking stick. That's awesome. Love it. Oh my gosh. See, this is what a fun group this is right here.
Okay. That is the after picture. The other one with all the green like that is the before picture.
Okay, I can swip side.
Oh,
this one?
I see. Already.
No, there's nothing in that one. Now there.
Oh, there isn't?
How
No,
do you
but
like those apples?
look at that one.
I can see it right here. Yeah, I can see two like different types of teeth.
No, he's standing there behind those leaves. You can see it. Yeah. You can even see his leg all the way down to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
That tree is right at Roger's camp next to his tent that Lori was talking about earlier. Well, I'm standing over here talking to a couple guys, and I feel him. So I go to looking for him up in the woods, and about 50 yards away, I see this black spot. I said, what in the world? And I just kind of keep eyeballing it, and all of a sudden, he just peeks out behind that tree all of a sudden. Then he peeks out again. Those white leaves is his head, and he's peeking out behind him. And I'm going to use his name. He might not like it, but I am anyway. Roger said there, I said, oh my goodness. And he said, what? I said, there's one right up there. And he come over and he said, where? And I said, right up there. He said, I don't see it. Pointed out. So I pointed, I said, look at those two trees, and pointed. And I said, got right behind me looking over my shoulder, following my finger. And he said, I still don't, oh, blank. I'm not going to say it. About the time he started to say, I don't see it, it peeked out again. And then it peeked out again. So Roger saw it peeking out too. Well, Roger decided he's going to go up in the woods, and I just happened to think, man, I can take a picture for a change. So I grabbed my camera and pulled it up and zoomed in and took this picture.
Awesome.
All right, there's a lot more to the story, though. Roger said he heard it take off through the woods and go a different direction. So I took that picture and I showed it to another guy. He walked up there into the woods and talked to Roger for a minute. Then he come back and he got a tracker, a very experienced tracker, and said, come help us. Now, of course, I'm slower than a 10-year itch when I'm walking now. So they were already up there looking at where he had turned over a rock. The wet side of this rock was turned up. When I finally got there, I said, that ain't all. Just look right up through that hill right there. And you could see 3 tracks or 3 impressions in the leaves where he stepped about 6 foot apart. And that tracker followed him on up in there a little ways. Well, I went back down to camp and I took that second picture. Now you can show it. And in the second picture, it's gone. You can see those diagonal limbs across that big tree in the first picture. There they are in the second picture, and nothing up there. But I felt him again over there where he had run from Roger, and he was kind of aggravated because I'd give him up. And I said, I'm sorry, I got excited. I know I shouldn't have done that. And he kind of chuckled and said, it's okay. And I can understand why. Because I very seldom take a picture of one. I respect them too much. But I just couldn't help myself this time. It was too good of a chance. And also somebody else saw it besides me.
Oh, that's awesome.
What, the next last day at LBL?
How many days were you there?
We got there Tuesday and left Sunday.
I think that was Friday.
Was it Friday?
I think that was Friday when that happened. It was in broad daylight. I know that.
Yeah, it was in the afternoon in broad daylight. I just couldn't help myself. I had to take that picture.
That's awesome.
Yes, it was Friday. Stacy said. And
I just remember sitting in the chair, and all of a sudden I see them start running up a hill, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And there they go up the hill. Roger and Pops, and I'm not sure. There was a third person that went up the hill too. I don't know who that was.
There was 2 others, but I'm not going to mention their names without permission.
Okay.
And then they were gone.
But the first 2 nights, we had them shake the trailer and tap. They wasn't hitting the trailer, but they were tapping on the trailer. And that's happened. Cindy and I are business partners, along with her other partner, business partner. Don't get me wrong, business partners. We've been out 3 times in this new trailer, and every time they've shook the trailer and tapped on it and knocked on it, turned our signs on. Give me them fingers, girl. Well, we're business partners. We go to these places and set up as vendors.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's awesome. That's a great way to go, and then a great way to meet people. Then you get to meet everybody.
Oh yeah, and go to conventions and set up as vendors. But we have action. I mean, down there in Texas, we had action, and Martha was involved on that. All right, Cindy, I gotta breathe.
And go. Oh, yeah, in Texas it was wild. We kept having knocks on the trailer, and then scratches. And Gary slept on the top bunk, and Martha slept in the bottom bunk, and I had the great big bed because I'm special. And,
me too. I would be special too.
That's right. I need a lot of space, but all the way around the trailer, different times you could hear this scratching noise, and then on the side of where I was sleeping, up toward the front of the trailer, it sounded like something come up and just whacked it. And there were trees around us, yes, but they were further back. So there were no tree limbs hitting us. There was, nothing like that. And we did have weather, but there wasn't anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, something was stirring the pot for sure.
Was no explanation for the noises then.
We went out the next morning and we didn't, we looked around the place and didn't find anything. But it seems kind of strange that they knew that Gary was on the top bunk, because right outside of where he's sleeping, on the outside of the trailer, is where he heard the scratch right up by his head. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I find that interesting.
I feel like they know what we're about to do, where we're about to go, sometimes even what we're thinking. And not just the Bigfoot, but all these other beings that are beyond the veil, or however you want to say it. Because I've had times where I've gone outside and there was a huge light just waiting for me, hovering, like it knew I was going to go out there, So that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to Gary's house on Monday, he had a spare room, and I slept in there, and I kept hearing a growl of sorts. I thought it was, cows outside, because he has cows on not him, but his neighbors have some cows, and I thought, well, it's the cows making that noise. But the more you listened, it was like but it wasn't an evil sound. And as I got up and sat in the chair and talking to him while he's sitting in his computer, his bathroom is down the hallway. And it's just a straight shot from where he's sitting right now. And I heard, I don't know what it was, but I thought I heard bells. And I heard it twice, and then I said something to Gary. I said, I'm telling you, there is something causing bells to ring. So we went outside to investigate, and we went around the back of the house, and he said, is it this? And it's the bass wind chimes. And I said, no. I said, this was like a tink, tink, tink. And so we looked outside, and we couldn't hear anything or see anything. Came back in the house, and he goes in his room, and he goes, I know what it could be. And he had bought, when he was in Falk, he bought a, I don't know what that thing is, a little wind chime thing. It's just a little miniature thing. It's really cute. Has a big
doorbell.
The doorbell, yeah. And he hit it, and I said, that's it. Now, that was inside his house, and this was going off while we were in the other room.
Oh, wow.
And we've come to the conclusion maybe one of them had possibly maybe morphed or something like that through his house and did that just to, mess with us, or it could have been a spirit of some sort. We don't know what it was, but I mean, it was wild. And then I seen shadows walking by, and he said, the big guys are out here watching you. And just as he said that, I looked up when we were outside, and I seen a shadow. I didn't see, a full outline. It was just a shadow that went by really quick. And I said, okay, I'm going in now.
Yeah, had your fill. That's it.
Right. It's time for me to hide under the covers.
I've had my experience. Goodbye.
Right. But yeah, Gary just stands there, and they'll communicate with him, And I noticed today when I was helping him unload his trailer before I headed home, he said, "I'm out here. I'm okay." And it's almost like you can feel the vibe when you're in and around his place. It's a really cool place, minus the rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Wow.
No,
That does
no
sound like
snakes, no
fun.
spiders, please. Yeah.
Or spiders, yeah. Oh no, the spiders are reserved for Lori.
No,
No. We got to get her one of those salt guns so she doesn't have to use a flamethrower. She can just shoot it with a little thing of salt.
What fun is that,
they
Maya?
won't allow me. They told me no weapons. I can't have any.
No
of those.
weapons?
That's
Oh.
not a weapon. Tell
I'll
them
have
I
to
couldn't even
sneak
have. I couldn't even have the shoe whacker.
it's a heat source. It's a heat
You're so-
source. Yeah.
The son took away the shoe whacker. Is that why he had it? He took it from
No,
you.
Gary took the shoe whacker.
Oh.
Gary for being
No-
a fun
no
hater.
Well, yeah, everybody else in camp is allowed to carry weapons, but Lori, we don't allow her to do it.
Oh man.
Oh,
I know when I was
Lori
watching that fire so bad, I was thinking I could go over there and pick up a stick that's on fire and I can carry it around. No, couldn't have that either.
Oh man, Lori, how did you get on like restrictions here? It doesn't.
I don't know. I just went through a lot of withdrawals.
Oh man. So they all get to carry weapons and they say, Lori, you can't have one, like we're afraid you're gonna shoot us in the foot or what?
No, they just think I'm dangerous or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I
Probably
wish people
because I
were
think
afraid
so
of
excited.
me.
I guess because I just act so excited about having it that they thought, oh no, we can't trust her with that.
I would too. I don't blame you.
Well, and Danny was having too much fun with it, so she had to, leave something behind for him to play with.
Yeah.
And who's Danny?
Her son.
That's my
Oh,
son who was picture. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know does he live around that area?
He lives with me.
Oh, okay. I thought when she said you left him, so I didn't know, or maybe for the I don't know.
Well, yeah, he didn't get to come with the stay home baby.
Oh, he didn't come with you guys. Oh, I got you. I thought he was.
He stayed home.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he got the fly swatter after you returned then.
Yeah, he got to keep it at the house because I wasn't allowed to bring it in the truck when we left.
Oh, I got it. You were going to bring it with you, and they said not to.
Yes.
Oh, that's.
We're mean.
Oh, yes, you are. Jeez, what kind of rules are that?
No,
Were you afraid
because
she'd hate
if I'm driving and she's got that stick whacker in the back, I don't really want to have my brains splattered, and wreck my truck. So no.
This is training, Cindy. This is training for if you ever had, like for your LBL, if you needed to outrun something or how to maneuver through something. Lori's just looking out for you with that.
I'll tell you what, if I have to outrun something, it's going to be a sad day because it's not going to happen.
You just have to be faster than somebody, not everybody.
Yeah, because I'll just
good point, Maya. That's see, yeah. As long as you can outrun it, yeah, you're good to go.
Or just know how to trip somebody.
Yeah.
Stace 13, she said something on there about when we were going into town, she and her husband and her cute little dog Sunshine, you take the dirt road down and around and it curves around at the campsite. And I just happened to glance out the driver's window and I thought I'd seen a bear because coming in, we had seen a bear cub running up the hill. And so we're looking and I told him, I said, hey, can you stop for a minute? So her husband stopped and backed up and we're staring at the woods. And Stacy and I were looking, and poor Brian, he just sat there and like, okay. But Stacy and I stared at this, and I told her, I said, if I'm dreaming it, okay, but I'm telling you, there's something there. And you could see it. It was on two legs, and it was just, making its way right up the hill. And then it stopped when it got to the top of it, turned around, looked at us, and it, like it dove off the other side. And coming back, we looked in the same spot, and that goes off to a very deep ravine on the other side of where that was at. So, whatever it was that we seen, we were all just too, in shock to take pictures or anything, but there was something there, and it could have been a bear. You know, it could have been a man in a suit. Could have been one of our fellow campers, but I highly doubt it.
No.
Now that's where they turned mean. They took off without us.
Yeah.
Well, Catfish
didn't
was
let
calling.
Lori have her shoe on a stick.
Yeah.
No.
Stacy says that she said she saw it move its head, and there may have been two of them.
Wow.
So I mean, that's a interesting area to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now
So
you
what?
hear,
Go ahead.
Say-
Sorry, Pops.
you hear all this about the bad at LBL. That's all you ever hear is bad at LBL. Granted, there has been some bad things happen there. But as we said earlier, they're not all bad. They watch over us the whole time we're there. There was probably 120, 30 people there. And yet they were up in the woods and not a soul got hurt. Not a soul got scared. They're not all bad. I love it there.
I think every time any of us goes in the woods anywhere, we're being watched by one cryptid or another, and we just may not know it. But I guarantee you, they know when you're coming there. They know before you get there. They know your intentions of what you have on your mind while you're there. And some people get lucky and see them, and some don't. But I think that no matter what, you're being watched. They know you're there.
You're right. That's the way it is. We had at least 3 at all times around us at LBL this past week. They were up in the woods, and I just happened to catch that one. He slipped up.
Mm-hmm.
The others I didn't see, but I could feel where they were at.
Well, we had the one behind the trailer that I believe, you know, I haven't really got to go back and look at the film and all that, the video I took. And I'm not positive about it, but I heard that stick break, and I immediately looked up that way, and I stared for a long time, and then I got my camera out, and I thought, well, I'm just going to video, because maybe later I can go back and zoom in and this and that, and maybe see something that way. And I just really haven't done all that editing kind of stuff, looking and zooming and all that just yet. But I saw something move up there, and then I just kept watching, and then I stopped the video because I thought, well, I might be imagining something, I don't know, but I'll go back and I'll look at it later. And we went in the camper for something, and we came back out, and I just glanced back up there, and then I'm like, it's not there. That dark shadow is not there. And I went back and sat down in the same exact chair in the same spot that never moved, and I sat down and I pointed my camera back up there, and I took a picture, because whatever it was there was not there when I come back out. Now, true, it was a few minutes later. The sun could have shifted. There could have been any reason why I didn't see that there. I can't say for sure, and I'm not going to say it was a Bigfoot. You know, I'm not going to say that, but I seen something move, and that's why I started filming. And then I come out, and that dark area, stump, whatever you want to call it, was no longer there. And I did take a picture of that.
When I first seen it, I thought it was just like a big giant stump that had been burned, because it was just black as black could be.
Yes, that's why
the foliage was behind it. And so I said something to Lori, and I said, am I seeing things, or do you see that? And it was behind. Every time that we would see it, or I would see it, it would be behind a tree that had an arch, and then the other one would come up like this. So I'd always say it that V tree, and you could look right through it. And it was just black, black, black. And then I told her, I said, well, it's moving. So I've never seen the stump move. So
Right? They have those moving tree videos, but I'm not like going there yet. But yeah, as long as some of the stuff.
That's what they call the woo, Coley. You can't talk about that.
Oh, they come. You know what? I've seen so many of these. I have to ask. Do you guys, are you buying into this or not? Because some of them are pretty compelling. I don't know.
I'm just saying, some people just try to think if you see something 1 second and then the next second you don't see it. There's no explanation sometimes for this stuff. And some people want to categorize it as the woo, like, they can't do that. They don't cloak. They don't disappear. Well, yeah, they do. Yeah.
So the woo
Each his
is
own.
it means that it's like it can't happen. Is that what I thought the woo was like meant like this type of phenomenon? Because this high strangeness does not have parameters, let me tell you.
Well, if people say that they cloak or it disappeared before their eyes, or there's something that just sounds like really bizarre, and some people are like, well, I don't believe that because that can't happen. They're not really understanding the physics or any of that stuff that yeah, it can happen. So they want to categorize those things unexplainable or weird or bizarre as the woo. And so they just discount it. They just discount it as not being believable or true when you need to have an open mind where all this is concerned.
Absolutely.
And see, I was one of those. I thought this crazy when they were talking about the cloaking, and till I saw it myself 2 years ago. Right here on my backyard, I saw one that was cloaked. Well, actually, what it was, I seen where he was at and what he was doing, but I couldn't see him. But there was definitely one there. That turned me into a believer. Now I know they can cloak. And my alpha would sneak up behind me and flip the hair on the back of my head. And I just think it was the wind or something, or a bug touching me. Turn around and there wasn't nothing there. He was cloaked and doing it to tease me. He laughs about it now.
Yeah, I think Barb Shoop even has a video, a real good video out there where you actually see what they call the predator effect, where it almost looks like a digitized shadow. And she actually caught it on film, and it's out there to be seen. And I believe 100% that that's exactly what she caught. But it's just like what you see on the Predator. It's weird. I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
Stacy right there in chat, just like she said, last June showed her that they could cloak. We were sitting all, about 10 of us sitting around talking. I had my back to the woods. Stacy was sitting in front of me, and she said, there's something waving over there. There was a great old big leaf, and there's not anywhere in that area. And it was sitting over doing this, but she couldn't see what was doing it. A little bit later, she was doing something with sunshine. I said, Stacy, it's waving at you again. She went like this and looked over my shoulder. Well, it was. 3 times. She would be looking away, and I'd tell her it was waving at her again back behind me, and she'd look, and sure enough, it was. Now she's got it named, and it watches over her. That's awesome. And she's learning. She's learning to talk to it and starting to learn when it's around her. It's watching over her. They go out there camping all the time, and it's there watching her. It even when it wasn't last June, it was last December. It sent me a picture of her backyard because I was going by her house. When I got there, I said, you got a creek in your backyard, don't you? She said, yeah. How'd you know? And I told her. When we got in the house and I looked out back, I said, he was standing right there waiting on you to get home. He sent me that picture. And then she showed me a big old pecan that had been left there for her as a gift. There's no pecans within a mile of her, she said. So she's got one watching over her, and she saw it cloaking too. I mean, she saw it cloaked. So it's not just me. A lot of people have seen them cloaked. But I was one of those that I didn't believe it until I saw it.
Yeah, I had
It is good though that you're like that. I'm sorry. I was just going to say it's good that you still keep some of that, skepticism, and you're not just all this. And that's good to hear, Gary. Like, you rationally look for an answer before you assume it's that, and you know it well. But yeah, go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
Yeah, I've seen similar stuff like that. I saw it one time back in, it was in July of 2004, back again in that park. And there was a handful of the dogmen running, never on 2 feet, but they were running on, all fours, and you could see them do that cloaking stuff. Now, I don't understand, and how to put this. I'm trying to be respectful. I don't understand that people can't grasp that can happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what animals do that now that we know of? Octopus do it, chameleons do it. What other animals do it? Why can't these things do it? Whether or not it's something that can change on a whim, like an octopus, or is it something that's in their fur or hair or whatever you want to call it? I don't get it. But it does happen, and it's pretty wild looking. You really have to, when they're running, you really have to keep an eye on them. You will lose track of them quickly. But yeah, I don't see what the big deal is with something that can cloak, or however you want to say it. I mean, it's already in the animal kingdom, and this is something that's what we're discussing here is beyond the animal kingdom as we know it. So they're probably just a step above what we know. I mean, it's not that difficult.
Well, this is kind of hard to explain. I said it, I think, last time. We had those abilities. Every ability they've got, we had at one time. But we've lost it due to technology and being dumbed down. But at one time, we had every one of those technologies. Some of us still have the technology, not the technology, the gifts. I call them a gift. We had a gift of being able to talk to them, which is telepathy. We had the gift of being able to understand them to a certain extent. We had the ability to see them when other people can't, because they are allowing it. Two people can be standing together, and this is for Dogman and Bigfoot. Two people can be standing here, and this one see it, and this one not. And that happens all the time. You'll find reports of that everywhere. I've got a Dogman here on the place. He's been here nearly all my life. I didn't see him until last summer. That's the first time I saw him was last summer. He's watching over me too. I didn't believe in dogmen until I actually started seeing them. I was closed-minded. Once, I'll tell you something, and I'm going to say her name. I don't care if she likes her or not. I always ignored it. I knew something was there, but I just ignored it until Jean opened me up. Jean has helped me since we've been friends. She has helped me learn and start realizing what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing. And it makes that gift, and like I said, I'm going to call it a gift because to me it is a gift. I'm not going to say one of these days I don't run into one that's going to tear me up. That's possible. Yeah, just like she just said in chat, told you that you didn't believe me when you first met me in chat, and I didn't. I thought she was crazy as a loon, but I learned everything she says is true. She knows more about these things than we do because she's had a dogman and pack and a Bigfoot clan living around her all her life. She started out little bitty with them. But people have ridiculed her so much that she won't talk about it. They ridiculed me so much that I wouldn't talk about it until last year. I just got tired of hearing bad side, bad side, bad side. So I started coming on a few shows to show the good side. Just like I said on the last show, I cannot count the number of times they have saved my life. the three major ones I told about. But there has been so many others that they wake me up. When I quit breathing in my sleep, they'll holler at me or bang on the wall and wake me up. How they know and how they get here quick enough to do it, I don't know. But they do. I've heard people talking outside when there was nobody here. It was them. It's weird. It's paranormal, pure and simple. People don't believe in the paranormal or the woo side of it, but yet they believe in God, which is paranormal.
Do you ever think it's not that they don't believe in it, Gary, but they're afraid of it? They really are afraid. And it's just kind of their way of.
Yep. A lot of them are very afraid of it. They've been raised all their life that these things don't exist, that this kind of stuff doesn't exist. I hear people over and over and over, there ain't no way something weighing 1,000 pounds can go through the woods without making a sound. The Native Americans, the plainsmen, the mountain men, they could run through the woods and never make a sound and never leave a track. How did they do it? The same way these do. When your survival depends on it, believe me, you can do it. Till I got so crippled, you give me 5 minutes and you'd never find me. It'd take an expert tracker to be able to find me, and even then it would be hard for him, and it'd take him all day. All it takes is willpower, knowledge, and what's the word I'm looking for? Practice.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, you've got to be open-minded. You've got to realize these things have more abilities than we do because we have lost them due to technology. We sit here on our phones, on watching TV, while they're out there surviving in the wild. If it was possible, I'd be right out there with them. I love that, and being out in the wild. Just like at LBL. Yeah, we were around over 100 people, but it was great. I loved it. Till I got so crippled, tent camping was great. I wouldn't even mind sleeping on the ground. I did in the Army. I just can't do it anymore because I'm too old. But people's got to open up. They've got to understand these things. They have abilities we don't. They're not. I guarantee you 95% of the time when they're disappearing and saying that somebody's saying they went into a portal, no. Unless you see the portal itself and see them go through it, no. They're just cloaking and walking away. And I've seen expert trackers lose the trail on these things.
You think when they cloak that, and do you feel like you're the only one that's feeling and experiencing that?
No. There is people everywhere. There was other people up there in Kent this weekend that was feeling them out there. Down on Dogman Ranch, the landowner himself felt every one I did. In fact, he felt 2 that I didn't feel. I thought there was 3, and he said, no, there's 5.
Wow.
And if
what's
we
it
didn't
feel
have
like?
Sitting right there with that C&M Designs t-shirts on. Her and Martha can feel them sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
I could sense UFOs and feel the paranormal. I'm just wondering what it's like for you guys when you're feeling encrypted.
I don't know when stuff like that happens to me. I guess I must be a dumb butt because it doesn't register until after the fact. And, Martha and I'll be hanging out outside or something, and the dogs will just start going crazy, and we're looking at each other. It's like, what in tarnation's going on? And go for it, Keith.
Oh, no, I was waving to someone that was leaving chat.
Oh, peace. But no, some of the things that I experience, I don't let it register until afterwards, and then I'll be sitting around later. It's like, holy crap, that makes sense. And then I'll be calling or texting Gary, and he goes, yep. So, it is interesting. And, it feels to me, I can't speak for everyone here or anyone in chat or anywhere, but to me, it feels like they want me to know it at the time. And if I don't understand what they're trying to say to me, then it dawns on me later. And then I rectify the situation. But for those of you, in the chat and everybody here, if you're feeling something like that, go with your feelings.
Yes.
Try not to be scared. Just try to embrace it and try to understand. Maybe they have a message for you.
And not just that, probably half the people here that's been out in the woods and they're walking down through there and all of a sudden they just get this feeling that they need to not go any farther or need to go this direction or need to go that direction. They don't know where it comes from. They just get this gut, like you said, Stacy, the gut feeling. They're getting told not to go any farther or they need to go that way and they don't realize it. They think it's instinct or gut feelings, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of times it's them telling them don't go any farther. Just like down at Dogman Ranch, they told me don't go any farther. My pups are over there. You're getting too close to my pups.
Yeah, it's
but
a
I
lot like too. I was fixing to say it's a lot too. Like, for instance, if you're in a restaurant or something, and just you're sitting there eating and minding your own business, and then all of a sudden you just get this weird feeling like somebody's staring at you, and you turn around and you lock eyes with exactly who was staring at you. You don't know why you knew it. You don't know how you knew it, but you knew it, and the person was staring at you, and you felt it. That's a lot like what it is. It's like you know something, but you don't know why you know it. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't know it until last September. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like when I run across stuff like that out in the woods, of course, you get the typical everything goes quiet and all that type of stuff. But I pick up on air pressure. The air pressure changes around me quite heavily. It gets very heavy. In a few instances, how I describe it, if it's cold and dry outside, like typical Michigan winter or something like that, and then all of a sudden it just gets like crazy humid feeling that the air gets so heavy. It's almost like you're down in a bayou in Louisiana or whatever. That's how I pick up on them.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know this till last September. I always knew that I had this gut feeling sometimes. I didn't know what it was. I had a medium tell me last September I was claircognizant. I said, what is that? And several times after that, I've had to look it up to reassure that's what it means, and it is. It means you know things without knowing how you know them.
A precognition.
Call it instinct, call it whatever you want to call it. You just know it. And that's usually the way it is with me.
Oh, Gene is asking if I'm from the upper or lower peninsula. I am a troll. I do love Yooper country, though. So, yeah. Oh, go ahead, Gary.
And you'll have to explain what those two words mean. Only you and Gene know. Well, I know, too, because she's told me. But you can tell what they mean.
Okay, so the Yoopers are the people in the upper peninsula, the nice part of Michigan. And then anybody that's south of the Mackinac Bridge, we are classified as trolls, most likely, rightfully so. So, yeah, I'm a troll.
I knew nobody would know what that was, Gene.
I would have had no clue. I would never have put that all together. Yeah.
Well, I knew because Gene told me. Gene and I have been friends for years. And she's told me about that kind of stuff. We've told her over and over to move down there because she just had 7 foot of snow.
Yep.
And she said, no, I'd rather put up with the snow as the snakes and the spiders.
Yeah, I got kind of lucky.
Reference snakes. I freaked Sandy out today. we were coming back from town. I was driving a truck, and there was a snake right in the middle of the road. And when I see him, I know him instantly. I said, "You ever seen a pygmy rattler?" She said, "No." So I backed up and got it to where she could see it. And after she got a good look at it, I run over it again to make sure it did, because a pygmy rattler don't get big, but they are poisonous.
I took a picture before he murdered it. Just want to make that.
I'm not going to tell you, you get a deserve an award for me because I cannot snakes. I cannot do. I cannot do.
No,
that.
I didn't. No, I
Yeah,
didn't. Say
yeah.
that. I approved. I just simply said I took a picture and
I don't kill them if they're not poisonous.
I award him on that one. Oh God.
If they're not poisonous, I don't kill them. But if they're poisonous, I will kill them. Same way with spiders, a fiddleback, or y'all call them brown recluse, or a black widow.
No, I hate those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope. That's like out in the one area.
let's just send them over to Lori's house.
Yeah, we have all those except for the pygmy. I've never seen a pygmy rattler before.
I'll send you a picture.
I'll send you a picture. Yeah, I'll send you the picture I took today.
Then I'll have nightmares. Okay, I'll take it.
Well, it was half dead and squished, so you know.
Or if you want to be easier, just go on Google and type in ground rattler or pygmy rattler.
And then my phone will think I want to look at that stuff. So it would just be better if you just send me a picture.
You don't have them up in your area anyway. They're south snakes. They're southern snakes.
Yeah. So you were talking about the feelings you get, and I've never experienced Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever other name there is for him or them in a physical way. But when I was in West Virginia in the forests out there visiting my partner, I definitely got a energy feeling and a full body tingling as a confirmation of them being around. So I totally understand what you guys are all talking about. And I've even been in the middle of the woods up here and had that feeling. It's not quite dark. It's not going to be dark, but yet something is telling me to turn around. Yeah. So, yeah.
Run for your life. Yeah. Don't ignore that feeling.
Yeah. Everybody gets them. Everybody. But most people just ignores it and they have no idea what it is anyway. Yeah. But everybody has that ability if they will listen. Like I said, a lot of people call it gut instinct. A lot of people some people call it, trust your gut. But the majority of the time, it is something telling you. I mean, sometimes it's even God. You never know who's telling you that. I had a guy, how do you know, when we were talking about mind speak, he said, how do you know it's a Bigfoot talking to you? He said, every time I ask, they said, they tell me it's them. And he asked me that, and he said, well, how do you know it's Bigfoot talking to you or not a demon? I said, well, how do you know it's God talking to you?
Exactly.
Shut him up.
Good point.
I mean, it shut him up. You learn, just like it's God, it's them talking to you. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm not going to say that sometimes there might be someone else talking to you. But if you're like with Gene or with myself, we've talked to them so much, we know that voice just like we know God's voice. And once you learn that voice, a demon's not likely going to keep talking to you for years. He might talk to you one or two times, or maybe even a few more. But he's not just going to keep it up like the cryptids do. And you'll learn that voice just like you learn God's voice. You just got to think about it and listen to it. Let somebody else talk a while.
Gary, did you send in any more pictures other than the two?
Oh yeah, we got some more. Let me grab those really quickly.
Them in the house.
if we weren't capable of those type of abilities, then why would the three-letter agency spend so much money on remote viewing and telepathy and all this other stuff? You know,
That's Lori's boyfriend.
Hey.
I seen Bigfoot.
Man.
You can tell he's got a big brain with that big head.
Yeah, you can play the howl because some of the people in the chat has not heard that howl.
Oh, let me get that pulled up. Okay, let's see here. That
Some
that
of them
howl.
have.
Oh, let you prepare yourself for this howl. Let me see.
It
If
is
you have
awesome.
headphones on, turn them up.
Gene,
Yeah,
turn your
awesome.
speakers off.
Here we go. I'll just go ahead and mute everybody if you want to mute your, and then
Yeah.
I'll play it a couple times for everybody.
Night, scorches.
I'm not sure, Blazer, if you can hit it from the back end, but I'm not sure the file that's they're talking about. But if you want to hit play on it, you can. All right. For it real quick, I apologize for the either that, Blazer. If you, I'm looking to see if I have the video. Well, let's see here. I don't want to give up too quickly. I apologize if everybody. I had the squatching, the song from the last time you guys were on pull up, but I'm not. Hey, Gary, was it on a video? You can unmute yourself and let me know. Was it on a video that you had sent, or was it an? I know he was working on getting it up.
It's an audio file.
Okay. Well, yeah, why don't we'll continue, and I'll go ahead, and I'm just gonna step back here, and then I'll figure out where it is really quick, and then we can go ahead and play that. But yeah, if somebody else has, like, I can change the picture here real quick, and then we'll figure out where that audio, because that audio is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, you know what? I have it. Never mind. He had it under sounds. He had it organized. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? It will be worth the wait. I promise. I mean, that if that is not bone chilling right there and is like anything you've not heard, please, by all means, like, I'm willing to hear you out on this, but that is absolutely phenomenal that you caught that. But yeah, if you guys want to unmute yourself, I'll try and unmute you really quick too, but you're welcome to unmute now.
Where was that from?
My son recorded that right here on my place.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot play that at the house. That my dogs go nuts every freaking time they hear that. They could be dead asleep under blankets, and that damn howl goes off. They're up going crazy every time.
You know, I don't get a scared feeling from that. For some reason, I don't feel fearful.
That's the big man.
Yeah,
That's my alpha.
It doesn't. He didn't sound like he was threatening anything.
He wasn't. There's a story behind it. My son, every time he come down here and go camping, he would head into the woods. He disrespects them. But he was down there camping, so the two boys, the big man's boys, would come up and pester him all the time. They scared him to death that night. He called me, needed me to come down there because he was scared to death. Well, later in the night, the boys was still over there pestering him, and the big man hollered at him saying, "Get home now and leave him alone." In the background, if you got earbuds or headphones, you can hear one of them go, "Rrr." They didn't want to, but they knew they better because the big man's 16 foot tall.
Jesus.
He's like one of them northern boys. He is big. But he was telling the boys to quit pestering my son and to get back home. That's all it was. He's calling the boys home. He wasn't scaring anybody or anything like that.
It's just like me yelling at my teenager, like, get on your homework.
Yeah.
Get moving along. Yeah.
Get off your ass and get your homework done. Yeah.
We were down at Brown Springs one time. And the first night, I mean, we were there a couple nights. Yeah, Roger caught some howling up there at LBL this last week. But we were down at Brown Springs, everybody sitting around the fire, and we off over there across the river, we hear one howl, and the person next to me turned and looked at me and said, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yeah." But we were the only two that heard it that night. The next night, there was 11 of us sitting around a fire, and it howled. Everybody but one person heard it. And it was that same howl.
Wow. There is no mistaking that howl, I tell you.
No.
Hey, Gary, have you ever heard dogmen yelling?
Not that I knew it was a dog man. I think so, but I can't say 100% sure. The reason I know what that one was because the big man told me it was him getting onto his boys. Some people said that's a dog man. It's not Bigfoot. I said, no, that was the big man getting onto his boys. He told me that. That's why I know that. But there's times that we'll be down at Brown Springs and all of a sudden you'll hear a loud howl, kind of like, but it's more like a wolf howl. And then the cows start up. I'm thinking that that's a dog man, but I don't know 100% for sure.
Yeah, I heard the one time up here. It let off two howls. It is a distinct sound, definitely. That was what was it? It's like end of December of 2004. It definitely had that low guttural wolf sound to it, but it almost had like a combination of like a death metal singer. It had almost like a human and animal element to it at the same time. It was pretty creepy. It was there's a couple groups of coyotes coming in together on something. They were going in kill mode, and that thing let up once, and some of the coyotes kept going, and then a second time, coyotes stopped after that. It was when you hear one, you'll know it. Even at a distance, I think this was probably about a quarter mile away from where we were at. Not that it rattled your chest, but you still felt it inside. It was really quite an experience that I can do without again.
They, like I said down there, it would sound like an overgrown wolf, basically. But it did, and people say, well, it's just a coyote. I said, no, it don't yip like a coyote. It's a lot deeper, harder howl than a coyote can make. And I mean, a coyote can make 100 different sounds. Don't get me wrong. I know that. I've heard nearly every one of them. But as soon as it quits, the coyotes start up. And then you'll hear it again off this direction. Same thing. As soon as it quits, the coyotes start up again. And the funny part about it is, Gene, it's different from a wolf, but it's more like a wolf than like the big man. and it's more like, I mean, it sounds more like a wolf than a coyote. But they, nearly every time we go down there, it's right around 9 o'clock when they start up. Nearly every time. That's what I can't figure out.
I do have a question here real quick for Benno from 1975 there, Swamp Dog. Is that like a YouTube channel or something? If you could put that in chat, let me know, and then I'll look into it.
Yeah, Gene, that's what I'm trying to say. I just don't know how to say it. She says it's more like a wolf, but different tone underneath. And that describes it better than I can do it.
Where can I see Benno's comment? I was looking for it. Was it right?
And hi, Benno. I'm not watching chat. I can't see chat on my phone, so I wanted to say hi to Benno.
Yeah, Coley, it was just recently.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't, as weird as it sounds, sometimes it doesn't pop. I can't always see like everything. So I was looking for it too. But yeah, if it what was I heard something about Swamp Dog. Swamp Dog was a channel or was somebody that we had on here. There's also named Swamp Dog.
Yeah, he wanted me to look into that person.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, and then like they said about the Dogman howls, it sounds like two separate entities at the same time, even though it's one thing. It is really strange. It's hard to explain.
It is.
Now, for everybody here on the panel that has, especially like with the LBL, I do have a question in regards to seeing Sasquatch and the orbs. Do you by any chance think that there's a connection between the orbs and the Sasquatch, being that possibly the orbs are their ancestors kind of running a distraction for the ones that are alive, kind of running distraction for them to get out of the area? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
they didn't happen at the same time, though. I mean, you know, it wasn't like you seen the orbs and then you seen. And what is weird about that, though, is that before I seen that white light, and the very first night before I seen the white light, and before we all seen the green orbs inside the tent, the next day talking to Roger, come to find out when they were down there, before we even got there, Roger and them had smelt something and I believe heard something, but never seen anything. And then a few hours later, in the same area, we see those orbs, okay? And then what Gary and them caught Friday was right in that same exact area. So all of that was within 10 yards of each other. Everything that happened was within a 10-yard area. Wouldn't you say, Gary? Is that about right?
Well, the Bigfoot was 50 yards back up in the woods, but it was in that same area.
Right, but I'm saying from our point of view, you know, the area there. Yeah.
What she's talking about, before the orbs, I felt them over there behind there. And I told, who was it? I told somebody, I said, there's one up on the ridge right now watching this. And a few minutes later, she seen that white orb. There's been orbs seen there at that campsite a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
And we've had Bigfoot there. We've had, last time we were there, we had them walk right behind the tents.
What do you think they are, Gary, the orbs?
The orbs are different things. Like Gene said, some of them could be remote viewers. Some of them could be like Bigfoot watching over us. Now, the orb that Roger got down at Alabama last year, a lot of people says it's a fairy, and I say the same thing. Because when you blow it up big enough, you can see those tiny wings in there just fluttering like crazy.
Oh wow!
But you gotta get it a little bit bigger. That's why I said you gotta. There are a lot of different things. those two that followed me in there, I think it could have been Bigfoot remote viewing, or it might have just been Bigfoot spirits watching over me as I walked back. I didn't even know they were there. Till I seen the look on John's face, I had no idea they were there. He looked like pure shock. And then he said, 2 orbs followed you all the way back down that hall.
Wow.
So that who knows what they are. And Gene believes a lot of them are remote viewers.
No, that's possible too. Yeah, they show up and they'll show up as usually they're a white light though. That's how I've seen them.
Yeah, and some of them, like the ones that Gerald and Jane have seen, you could see things in them too, and they're not all. Well, the 2 that followed me wasn't round; they were long. And Gerald and Jane's had them where they were long.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I seen one on Gerald and Jane's video one night, and this was so crazy. It's on their 24-hour cam, and this orb, I mean, it's like 30 degrees outside. There's no bugs. And this round, perfectly round orb comes flying right toward the camera and looks like it kisses the camera, pulls back and hovers, and then takes off in a totally different direction. Yeah. That was
Isn't
wild.
That crazy? I've seen that before. Yeah. It's absolutely wild. It is.
Yeah.
Jane said it was skyfish. They call them skyfish. I didn't send you this picture. I didn't even think to send you this picture. And I can't show it because it's on my phone. And
can you share the screen? Oh, it's on your phone. You're probably on your computer.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I'm talking through my phone.
Oh. Okay.
And the picture's on my phone. I've sent it to several people and nobody can figure out what it is. I was taking a picture of the moonlight down at Dogman Ranch. And I got something unexpected. There's a red figure that's looks like an arrow coming down and over and down. And then behind it over here is a white one, exact same shape. It looks like 2 lines. And nobody can figure out what in the world it is. I've sent it to several people. Nobody can debunk it, but nobody knows what it is either. I was just taking a picture of the moonlight. There was nothing there except trees and moonlight.
Oh, wow.
And it showed up on the camera. I didn't think to send it to you. I can't, Blazer. I'm on the phone.
Blazer's on that stuff. He's really good. Yeah, he's like on stuff. Yeah.
I might lose camera for a minute.
All right, that's all right.
Well, there's even some that I don't know what they are, but somebody in our family group or that was even at the camp out, I don't really want to say their name because anyway, but they have video of a big fire in their yard, and there's an apparition of some kind that looks like a jellyfish right above the fire. And they took pictures of it. And explain that. What in the world is that? That's just strange. So I don't know.
There's some people that catch. I've gotten stuff like I had a UFO come down in the road. I mean, you're not always prepared, but when you can. And I always used to think video is, but pictures seem like they're, you can see things a little bit clearer. But when you get that kind of video, man, that's amazing. That really is.
Just crazy. It's who can explain it?
Right. I mean, that's why we're all together. But just to simply say that it doesn't exist because you didn't see something. I mean, I haven't been to every single city in the world or every single, that's kind of, it's ignorance. I mean, let's say what it is. I mean, for real, like I can't believe that people are, yes, I can believe it. They are like that. But I mean, just in my mind, it's like, man, you have to have seen something that pushes that barrier, that pushes that limit, or something you couldn't explain or something, it really is. It's some of it. I just really think it's people who are fearful of it.
I think there's some people out there that I think if they actually accept it or admit it, I think they would break.
Yeah.
They don't know where to put it. they just can't comprehend it. I think they would literally be in an insane asylum if they accepted it. They just can't do it.
A percentage will. That's the reality of it, but that doesn't mean it's not real. I mean, I had a guest on yesterday, and the same thing happened to a couple people, and they lost. I mean, but that is truth, and it unfortunately, everything comes with a risk. You just can't put yourself in a bubble because that unfortunately is like a part of life, something that will happen, but it doesn't mean that they're not. I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
Well, you're going to have your skeptics everywhere you go. And, until you've experienced something that you don't know what or who or how or why or any of that stuff, talking in groups and like this forum and other places with other people, that's how you gather that information, because no one person is an expert. Nobody. And so we all have to just talk to each other and say, hey, this happened to me. What do you think? It's very important to get the word out. And if people think you're crazy, well, that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a jigsaw puzzle, and we're all adding to the pieces of the puzzle is what I look at.
Absolutely. And I think some of us are born with the ability to see and just have that inner knowing, like Pops was talking about, that already. And then I believe the veil is also maybe part of our sight too. I don't know if it's an actual veil separating dimensions so much as it is our ability to be able to see and accept and acknowledge that there are other things out there that are unexplainable. And nobody has the direct opinion or belief or theory on anything as far as I'm concerned. Like, it's all just, up in the air. And we do need to come together and share our stories and insights with respect for each other's own beliefs and experiences. It's okay to have a different experience. It's not okay to shit on someone's experience.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And I think all these bad experiences that people are having, and the scary ones or whatever, I think that it's related to people having a weapon or showing a threat or something of that sort, and they're going to have a bad experience in that case.
Well, yeah,
and I think that's what that is.
And also, if you only believe in demons or bad things, then that's all you're going to get or see. The people who don't believe there's anything but evil on the other side of the veil, per se, I believe are the ones surrounded by the evil themselves most of the time, or fear. Not even evil, it's the fear. So.
Yeah, people are the same way. There's people out there that can be scary people and that'll kill you in a second. I mean, they don't care.
I'm more comfortable with the spirit beings than most people, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll second that one. Yeah. We're getting to that point. Yeah. Oh my
Everywhere I go, I carry, but I tell them that the weapon is not for them. It's for hogs or people. They know it's not for them. They know I'll never fire on them unless it's for self-defense.
Yeah, same with you, Gary.
I've said it every time. It's all about respect. But
and
then I sent that to Blazer. Nobody can figure out what it is. I wish somebody could.
Poor Blazer. I just sent him a picture. I can't figure out either.
Well, they kicked me completely out. I lost what y'all were saying, the whole 9 yards. Had to come back in.
You didn't miss much. We were just talking about you.
Well, that don't surprise me.
I can pull up. There's a few more pictures here yet too. I see one with Lori's name on it. Oh, look at those! Oh, you look cute, all comfortable.
Pigtails.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but she started calling me Little Debbie, so I took the braids out.
Who did that? I like the braids. Oh,
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie.
Cindy, she started calling me Little Debbie.
It's Debbie, it's Lori. Flamethrower
Yeah.
Lori.
Yeah, I was wanting to go up there and get that stick that was on fire and carry it around like a torch, but he wouldn't. He kept kicking me and he wouldn't let me.
Gosh, they are fun haters, aren't they? I tell you. Oops, I pulled up the same one. Got oh, look at Pops and his dog.
That's Sunshine. Not the one in the overalls, the one in the purple vest.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
That's Stacy's dog.
Oh,
That's a cool dog. That's a cool dog.
How do they do? Oh, look at this. This looks like
that's the boob shot.
Oh my God.
Oh, yep. I see it now. We're back. There we go.
Gary's. That's Lori's.
Kunbo Baker.
Yeah, that was Kumbo that was at that camper that I had a picture with. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like an amazing fire.
Yeah, that was when I think that was when Greg House showed up and threw all that stuff on the fire. That's when it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
I was taking successions of it, it's just it started out small and within like 2 hours it was heading back to the next county trying to get away from the heat.
Yeah.
And I saw Gary had written something about getting Wendelled. What did Wendell do?
Wendell got Wendell. That's a good picture.
Yeah, the question is, what didn't Wendell do?
Wendell takes pictures of everybody, so we call it getting Wendelled. Well, I sneak up on him every once in a while, get my camera ready and say Wendell and click as soon as he turns around. But he got one that was even better, but it's on Facebook, but I don't have it. One of the other guys, Wendell sleeps in his car, and he was sitting there leaned back with his head to the side like this. And one of the other guys come up with his phone like this, leaned in like this, and got him good while he was asleep.
Yeah, sure did. That was funny.
Oh man, that looks like so much fun. So, who did you guys give any awards away? I feel like what are some of the best memories that you had from this trip?
Gary received a recognition there. Everybody took up a collection to help him get a new computer. Since he moderates so much and he had a computer go down on him, and so he was having trouble keeping up with all the chats, and everybody was appreciative of everything he does for everybody. And so, they did that for him. Yes. So, yes, I guess you would say that Gary received. And then there was Greg House and his daughter Abby. They had the same birthday, and they had a birthday while they were there. So they had brought in cakes and stuff. So we celebrated quite a few birthdays. I think there was another birthday. Bud and Angie, or was it Angie's birthday? I think.
Yeah, 51.
I think, yes. Okay, so Angie, Bud and Angie had a birthday, and like I said, Greg and Abby had a birthday. So we celebrated their birthdays while we were there. And like I said, Gary's received a book signed by Martin Groves and a card signed by all of us, and he received so they honored Gary there. So that was awesome.
That is awesome. Did he get enough for a computer?
Oh, yes. I believe so. Didn't you, Gary?
Wow. I was going to say, if there's something still ongoing, let me know. He's not here right now. I think he had to hop out to get Blazer a picture. But that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was really, really awesome. And even after he received all that, there were still a few people that came up and didn't know about the donation thing, and then they gave. So I believe he did get enough. I think he said he had a computer ordered that he was supposed to be getting in tomorrow.
Yeah, and he said he's going to have to save up to get an external hard drive for it, the terabyte, so he could have enough to operate all these chats at once.
Oh my!
And
God.
all these pictures he gets and takes and stuff. He needs a large hard drive.
I'll keep my eye open for one, because I actually came across my son, because he's a gamer, so he's always looking for additional storage and stuff like that. I'll keep an eye out for something. I saw one that was really reasonable. I wish I would have grabbed it now. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, he's deserving of it because he does a lot.
Yes,
I mean, who doesn't know Gary Spice? I mean, who really in our chats. He
He's
doesn't know him.
amazing. I know. He would never let us talk about him like that if he were here, but I know he does. I've just been like, I said, he's got so much to show. I sit back and I'm like taking notes. I'm like, if that's a good idea, that's a good idea. I mean, he's got some phenomenal stuff. It's absolutely amazing. He's like, yeah, I had chit-chatting. He's like, I have 4 chats. I said, you have what? I can barely keep my own going. How are you doing? I'm manning 4 of them.
Well, yeah, that's like that's like the night we were in a chat, and he's got like 3 or 4 chats going, and that's the night that he sends me that message where I spit Coke all over my computer and everything else because Coley made this funny
that
video.
Might have been when it was, yeah.
Yes, I was like, oh my God, what are y'all doing?
Oh, that was so funny.
That was funny. So he's not only chatting, he's sending stuff in Messenger and text at the same time that he's in all these chats. So yeah, he's quite the character. He is.
I don't know how he does it. He's got we all got a lot to learn. But yeah,
we're just what?
Oh yeah. Hey Gary.
Hey Gary.
Hi, Gary.
I heard y'all.
What's up?
I unmuted my computer so I could hear at least while I was trying to send that.
Oh crap! You heard us. Well, we're sorry, not.
I mean, nothing special. Everybody's good at what they do.
Is this one of them, Gary?
That's it. Nobody can figure out what that is.
That's me on a bad day with not wearing a bra.
But if you'll see, there's a lighter one.
Ooh, behind it, yeah.
Yeah, back over there. Nobody can figure out what that is.
The one behind it kind of looks like
Yeah.
It's got a head, and if you look very closely at it, it kind of looks like it's got a head and a body.
Yeah. No, I see, so I'm gonna look at this one after and kind of do something. That is, and I almost see something very solid behind it. So that's
what
the blonde one does, Gene. Now, you see what Gene said? She said it looks like the arm of a rake. The blonde one does, but what's the red? Nobody can figure it out.
You might have got one of them that's like doing the cloaking. You might have accidentally caught that.
Or maybe it's coming into this, I don't know, dimension. The rake. Oh, God, the rake.
There's rakes there.
Nope.
There is rakes there on Dogman Ranch.
And you wonder why I'm holding a dad burned stuffed animal now.
But it
Gary,
was nothing there but the blonde. I mean, trees.
You can even see like a shadow, but there's like 3 things, and that comes down. Like if you look at that picture, I wish I had the top of the picture of what I'm seeing. I don't know. I'm gonna definitely blow this up and see.
I think that's trees across the very top.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was doing. It was beautiful moonlight filtering through the trees, and I was taking a picture of the moonlight coming through them trees. You can barely see the moonlight, but those come out clear, and there's nothing between me and the trees. The fire's back behind me, and we checked my camera. It was nothing on my my phone. It was this phone right here, in fact. We checked it. There was nothing on it. We took more pictures. Nothing. It was just that one picture.
Oh, wow. That's very, yeah. Whew.
That's wild.
That is wild. I wonder, man. So you've come encounter with the rake? The old...
I didn't, but one of the other guys did. He saw it climbing up the side of a building. Gene says that red is pure energy.
Yes.
Yeah, I was fixing to say that. You can tell that.
He climbed. There was an old set of concrete steps there because it used to be an old homestead. He climbed up to the top of those steps, and as he turned to come back down, one of the other people that was his landowner's wife saw something white reach out and grab his ankle and yank on it, and he went flying into. It made him mad because he landed in a big old pile of briars, he like to never got out of them.
Not the ice cream either.
But then Gene had told us that there was more rakes there, that the dog men were keeping the rakes back away from us in camp.
Oh God, the rakes. So have you heard them make a noise, or has anybody heard them make a noise at all?
We think so.
What does it sound like?
We don't know that it was them. We don't know that it was a rake. So I can't honestly say.
Did it make a clicking noise?
No, that's Bigfoot.
That clicks
Bigfoot
like
talk. The Bigfoot talk in the click language. I stepped out my door right here early one morning, and 3 distinct voices right out here in my backyard.
Really?
In the click language, you could tell what it was. It was the big man, mama, and one of the boys, and that's what it sounded like. I couldn't figure out what it was. I said, "Man, what are them coons chattering about?" And then all of a sudden it hit me. That ain't coons, and it sounds like a dolphin or like you clicking at a horse, and they just got different tones when they do it. And,
Night, Gene.
Night, Tina. They
you guys are good.
They sat there talking for a little bit until I started the truck. Then they shut up.
What I heard outside my window was like a clicking noise. So somebody said that, I can't remember, they thought it was a rake, and I was like, I literally have been afraid to go outside for a couple months over this thing.
People say the rake is the gnashing of teeth, like clicking your teeth together.
Yeah, it could be that.
The tongue click is.
It didn't sound like it was sporadic. It sounded more like that's how. So maybe it's the teeth. Oh God.
If it's teeth, that's. I've heard people say that they sound. I've heard people say that their teeth clicking together.
Is it more like something, because this didn't sound like it was going up or down in pitch. It sounded like the same pitch, like it just, and then it would stop for a second. It sounded like, seriously, like that's all I can, it didn't sound like it had a range or anything. It sounded like it was just a steady clicker.
Okay, so like it was teeth chattering.
Yeah, could be that. I got excited for a second thinking, oh, this could be Bigfoot, but no, I was not. Like, it didn't have a range. It really didn't.
No, theirs is, you can tell it's them talking in the click language because it's just up and down all over the place. Like I said, they say that I've had a lot of reports that that they use their teeth to just chatter their teeth.
What are they?
That would be the steady.
Get them away. I mean, I don't know what to do.
Well, I've heard that they dig up bodies and this, that, and the other out of the cemeteries. Who knows? I know they are very. There's a picture of one online that looks just like the one that was seen there on Dogman Ranch.
Oh,
I mean, it is very, very freaky looking.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would. I haven't seen it. I won't go out. I will not. I absolutely will not. But there's a really bad feeling that comes with it.
It probably is. That's your guts or your instinct telling you to stay away.
Yeah, to the point of where I'm out of there. Like, sorry, Keith.
So are they more of a cryptid, or are they like an extra dimensional thing?
They're cryptid.
Are they? Yeah.
Not one of the nice
everybody's blaming everything on interdimensional. Now you got to understand, everything I'm saying tonight is off my own experiences or in my own opinion. I have no proof of anything except the pictures that I got and the things that other people saw too. I don't think there is as much interdimensional thing going on as most people think. Just like I said earlier, they're saying, oh, they're hitting a portal and going to another dimension. No, they're just cloaking and disappearing. Or sometimes they even just go up into the trees and you don't see them. I don't think there is as much interdimensional as you think there is. In other words, there is some. I'm not going to say they're not. But that is my opinion. There's no facts behind that. There's no way any of us could know for sure about that.
Ray asked a question in chat about if you could see a Bigfoot, what would you say to it? I would ask it why. Why are you here? Well,
he's had another one too. If you could communicate with the Bigfoot, what would you ask? I talk to him all the time. They're not going to tell you what you want to know. I'll tell you that right now. Most questions that people are going to ask, they're not going to tell you. They will tell you that they are a people like us, that they're an ancient people. We don't know if God created them first or created us first. God's the only one that knows that. But they will tell you they're an ancient people. They will tell you that they don't go by years like we do. They go by seasons. They will tell you that they mate for life. Except for the rogues, of course. They're just like us. They got rogue males out there that goes after anything. There's other things that they'll tell you, and Jane is, if she would type it in chat, she would tell you a lot. There is certain things they'll tell you, but there's most things that most people are going to ask, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you if the aliens made them. They're not going to tell you if the government made them. They're not going to tell you if they jump in a portal and go. They're not going to tell you that kind of stuff. But there is a lot of people that talk to them. I'm nothing special on that. There's a lot of people that talk to them. I talk to them out loud all the time. Cindy talks to them.
That's supposed to be a secret.
No, ain't no secrets.
The cat's out of the bag.
I know. Well, if you're out in the yard mowing the yard, and these things just pop into your head, and it's like, okay, why are you in my head? What do you want? And I catch myself talking to these things over my headphones, and it's like, okay, anybody would look and see me, they would think, oh my Lord, she's just nuttier than a $2 bill, but it is. I mean, you do catch yourself talking to these things, and you want to know the why. Why am I talking to you? What can I do to help you? What can I offer you?
You know what they want more than anything? They want to be left alone. They want to have peace. But believe me, they appreciate our prayers for them. They pray for us. They're religious, not religious. They're spiritual like we are. They believe in God. They believe in Jesus. And like they're saying right there, I would ask them, what does everything mean? What is our purpose? They won't answer that. Just like Gene said, they won't answer that. Each person has their own purpose. You got to figure it out yourself. Same with them. They have their own purpose in life. They have to figure out what it is. But they pray. They are spiritual. That's what one time they saved my life. It was by prayer. I pray for my clan all the time. And they appreciate it just like we appreciate prayers from each other. They want that. They want to be left alone. They don't want to be hunted like they're hunted right now. But they know it's going to happen because people, you know how we are. If we don't understand something, we're going to kill it or cut it open to see what makes it tick. That's the way it's always been, the way it always will be. Cindy, we're all psychos.
I try.
Yep. See, Jane.
That's amazing, though. You guys have such a connection. I can, I'm just sitting back, taking it all in. I can feel that especially perhaps when you talk, how passionate you are about it, and how, you can pick up a lot from somebody's just by you simply talking about it. It really sets my mind at ease that, like, hey, but it's these people, these crazy people out here that are gaming like that. I mean, that's insanity.
Yeah. Jane talks to them through telepathy or mind speak, whichever one you want to call it. It's not always in words. They put pictures. A lot of times they use pictures. I think I told it the last time I was on the show. Christmas Eve at 3:00 in the morning. I woke up with a picture in my head, and the first words out of my mouth was, "Congratulations, big man." He's standing there holding what looks like a mouse in his hand, but it wasn't a mouse. It was his new baby boy. And all they could say was tiny. But he put that picture in my head at 3:00 in the morning on Christmas Eve. Sometimes it's pictures, sometimes it's words. Sometimes they pull you out and do that. I never can think of that word. Astral projection.
Oh, to show you something.
Yeah.
You're saying that like ET, this follows along the same lines. I can relate to a lot of this. I always used to tell people telepathy is not just words. It's pictures. It's, playing out images. Yeah. I mean, it's
feeling sometimes too.
You see what Gene said there? Keep in mind that baby was tiny because newborn force people or babies are the size of a small 2-year-old. The big man's baby was 2 months early. It nearly killed the baby and mama.
Oh, wow.
But it's just like with the aliens, with your experience with the aliens. It's not always the same for each person. It's different. And it might be different ways with each person, like it is with me. There might be 2 or 3 different ways they speak to me. Same with Jean. They do her the same way.
Wow.
And she's also said something else there. Keep in mind that the survival rate of their children is very low. Big man's been lucky. I don't know how many they've lost. But he's got 2 girls that's already gone and found mates that moved off with their mates' clans. He's got 2 boys and then a baby girl. And I call her baby girl, and she's nearly 5 now, I think. And she's tall as I am. And then they got the new baby. Yeah, they won't even name them for the first 3 days. And he sure didn't. I don't think he named this one for more than 3 days because they didn't know if it's going to make it. And I can't say its name. I just call him Matt because that's the start of it. I can't say none of them's names. But they have people's eyes about the languages. They speak English. They normally speak the Native American of their area, and sometimes, as much as they travel, more than one Native American languages. They can mimic anything. I mean, anything, even a train, a car. If you will sit down and listen to people talk, you might think their stories are crazy, but you'll learn a lot.
Absolutely.
And that's the only way you see. Oh yeah, and she's right about that for sure. There's nothing more heartbreaking than to hear a mother force person who has lost her baby. It is horrible. And they mourn when they lose a loved one, whether it be a maid, a brother, or sister, or whatever. They mourn just like we do. And these people that say, oh, they take them and eat them. Now, the Gugway might, but the majority of them bury them just like we do. They are people just like us. They have the same habits that we have for the most part, except they choose to live on the wild side.
Hey, Gary, is there a similar parental structure along with the Dogman that's similar to Bigfoot?
I think so. What do you think, Gene? She knows more about the Dogman than I do, but I think so. She'll answer here in a minute. Yep, yes. They have a structured family.
So are there, do they have, like, I guess, people who are, because they can heal, do they have different, what are their different roles, I guess? Would you say that they fall into, like, a structured family like that?
On the Dogman, I can tell you this from personal experience. I don't know about the family side, you know, with the male or female or anything like that, because it's a gift for them like it is for us. Some of them heal, some of them don't. On a Bigfoot healing, it's just like a pressure on your chest, but it's not like a heart attack pressure. It's lighter, but it's still a pressure on your chest. When the Dogman was working on healing me, it felt like electricity going through my body all night long. But I guarantee you, I woke up the next morning feeling better than I had in 2 years. But sometimes it'll be the males healing you, sometimes it's female. Down there in Texas, when we were camping down there, it was a female that was healing me, and Jean said that she had a baby up in a tree teaching it how to heal. I didn't see it, but I felt it over there, and then all of a sudden I felt the pressure on my chest. And I hear, Coley, you'll like this one. I don't think I've told you this one. Soon as she let go of me and that pressure was gone, I looked up in the sky. I mean, there was planes everywhere, you know, flashing red and we got white lights and going this way and that way. And then all of a sudden there was one going this way. No flashing light, just a solid white light. And it got out, and it's clear sky, stars everywhere, no wind, no nothing. He got out there a little ways and just totally disappeared.
Wow.
I mean, it was just totally gone. The other planes, nah, you can still see them. That one just totally disappeared.
Wow, that's amazing.
And that was right after that female was trying to heal me.
Wow, they do look out for you. I mean, Gary, that's pretty amazing. I know, like, for what I mean, you're very humble. That is very honorable. I think that's wonderful. But I think a part of it is so amazing to hear, because I can hear it in your voice. Like, I can hear the bond that you have.
I love them. I mean, like I said, one of these days, I might meet one that's going to tear me to pieces. I'm not going to say I'm not. I'll never say there's not any bad ones out there, because I know there is, just like there is us. But I'm just sick of people saying they're all demons. They're all bad. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to get other people with good stories to come forward and put those stories out. And that's even fantastic. Though you can tell, just like you said, you can tell if it's somebody just blowing steam, mm-hmm. or if it's really true.
I believe that, definitely.
Yeah. And like Jean just said, we can only share what we learned. We share she and I both share our own experiences and what we've been told by the force people of the Dogman. And no, they don't like being called Bigfoot. That was a name that was made up back in the 1800s. They don't mind Sasquatch because that was the Indian name for them. But forest people's actually better.
Forest people are what they present. Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
They don't mind that.
Well, I wanted to ask you what you thought of, since you want to get other people's stories out there, what if you want to maybe think about, we would host you guys once a month or once every 2 months if you like wanted to, and set a set date if you wanted to put together a panel and do that, Gary. Then we can document it.
I'm willing, as long as I'm able anyway.
Well, yeah, if you can't 1 month, I mean, we could always, but we could, I don't know if you think that once a month would be enough, or once every, 2 months, whatever you think. I'll go ahead and I'll get it scheduled for you guys, and then I'll come on. And then I thought that'd be absolutely excellent. You have right now, I mean, almost I'm looking 270 people listening to you guys, so that's pretty phenomenal for right now.
Yeah, if I mean, somebody wants to tell a bad story, fine, tell it. If you've got a good story about them, get a hold of Coley and come on here and tell it. Let's get the word out that they're not all bad, that there's some good ones out there.
Yeah, we could, if you're interested, like I said, if this is something, you can let me know after, but I've been thinking about it all day, and I wanted to tell you, even once a month, we could do like first, whatever of the month. And
yeah, I'm willing to.
Awesome.
On Mondays, especially Mondays, I only got 1 or 2 shows, so I can do it on Monday.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about, you probably heard us while you're gone. I was like, I'm just, how I envision this all taking place is just like, I have to see this whole operation for myself. I can't even imagine. Gary, how you do this? Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It's just practice. I've told you before, practice.
I know.
Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I'll usually have 4 or 5 chats up.
Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So it would either be like Monday or Friday, right?
Yeah. Fridays, I've only got 1 or 2. Oh, no, wait a minute. Cedar Creek's on Fridays. I always got to be on Cedar Creek's.
Okay.
So it'd be better on Mondays.
Okay. And then I'll look at that, and then you can let me know. I guess I can look at the calendar and I'll get with you. And so before I absolutely just, I mean, so blown away. It's been so much knowledge, a wealth of knowledge, Gary, that, I mean, since you came on the last time, I really appreciate each and every one of you and your contributions. And it really helps, I've never gotten that as close as what you all have. And I really would love to someday get there. But what I'm, just to hear your testimonies is so important, because this is what people and how people are going to understand. So, and going, whoever wants to go first, you can go ahead, and I just want you just kind of, what would you like to leave the audience with, and some of your closing thoughts, and then we can pick it up for the next time we meet together. That would be amazing.
Well, I'll go first. I'm not afraid.
Cindy,
that's right. Peace. I just, first off, thank you, Gary, for all that you do. You are an amazing individual, and
I'm nobody.
You've got a lot of people in your corner. People are learning from these shows. All the foolishness set aside, when it boils down to it, we are all here for the same thing. We want to know what's out there. We want to know why these things happen to us. And, if you don't ask questions and you don't, get it out there, what you've witnessed, then how are you going to find out? So, as he said, let's please get a hold of Coley or any of us, and we'd be more than happy to get you in touch with people you need to, and just put your story out there and just let it ride.
Absolutely. Cindy, thank you so much. Before you go, have you ever, Jean would like to know if anybody can hear or talk to the trees. Can you, Cindy?
No. Sometimes I think I can, but I am a little psycho at times, so I don't really know, what I'm hearing or witnessing. So I couldn't really answer that one correctly.
Hey, you know what, Cindy, I know my crazy, you're crazy. That's all that matters. You know what I mean?
That's
like
right.
My crazy is, something, but it's harmless. I said.
Yeah,
so I love it.
Harmless or not, but
We're all the good kind of weird here.
Yes, that's
right.
exactly it. That's exactly
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Cindy, and hopefully we'll see you the next time. That's awesome. And there were 4 left.
I just want to say thank you to all the people in chat. I'm glad that, I've met all these people. I've never met a more welcoming group of people. And even for those out there that have never been on a podcast or never told their story, I think that it's a safe place. And I hope that there's people out there, with trauma or whatever. I hope that they can find that they can open up to just any of these people and not feel so alone. And it's a different kind of people. And I'm just glad I met everybody. I think everybody's great.
You guys,
and I feel blessed. I feel blessed to have had Gary offer to give me a ride to the LBL, or I would have never went. So it was wonderful. Just such good people.
Yeah, you guys are all, I mean, I love that, the fact, and just how much fun you have. I said, anytime you guys want to come swing through Iowa and grab me, just let me know. I'll pack a bag and I'll be ready to go. But yeah,
if you're ever on the West Coast, come pick me up, okay?
Yes. Come grab Maya, then you can come grab me, and then we're going to the LBL. So yeah, there we go. No problem. But is there anything you would like to, I guess that's, kind of your closing thought. Is there anything you would like to leave the audience with until next time?
Just, I love everybody in chat.
That's right. Be good to one another. And well, I guess, Lori,
Yes.
It's been fun, and we'll see you, hopefully see you the next time, and we'll get a date set and we'll roll from there. So that way you guys can get 2 other people in the community and get them involved. It can be very positive. Okay. Sounds good. And there were 2 pops. And yeah. So would you like to take it away, Keith?
Yeah, absolutely. Just thank you to the panel. It was a pleasure meeting y'all. Gary, it's good to see you again. Thank you to everybody in chat. Good questions, good conversation. Hey, Jason the Finster, hello. And it's good to see that, not all of these encounters that we all have are negative. And, it's kind of a blessing in a way for, especially for this community as a whole. And to those that want to see something like this, I think I've said it before, but don't try. They'll come to you when they're ready and they feel that you are ready. Like there is some type of connection with them. But do keep in mind, it's just a little bit of advice is you have to prepare yourself mentally if you run across one of these cryptids because they will stick with you for the rest of your life. It took me over 30 years to finally come out with my with my experiences. So just keep that in mind. That it does have a psychological and spiritual toll on you. So just be careful what you wish for, I guess. Sometimes they're not all good.
That's true too. I remember that when I went down, they said, guys, like, I was doing a lot of cryptology and steganography, and he said, truth is a path you walk alone, but you need to be prepared, and you need, he's like, it's not too late to turn back now, but once you go down, you can't unsee, you can't unknow. It's just impossible. I didn't know what that meant until after, and you're right about that. That's good advice. So again, thank you so much, Keith. And it was great having you. Hopefully you'll be back on again on one of Pops' panels. So that'd be awesome.
Yeah, just give me a yell.
It's good seeing you too, Keith.
All right, take care, Gary.
And there's Gary.
Now, yeah. Keith's right. Be careful what you wish for. Because if your mind's not in the right place and you see one of these, you're going to be terrified for the rest of your life. I'm going to tell one little quick story right quick. I've always wanted to shake the big man's hand. He won't let me see him in real life. Because even though I expect it, I know what he looks like, I know how big he is, he's afraid it'll overwhelm my heart. and I'll go down. So he's not going to let me walk up to me and just let me look at him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So be careful what you wish for and be ready. Like Keith had hit on the nose. But on the other hand, don't expect it to be a bad experience. Don't go, if you see one, don't expect it to be terrifying, because it might be and it might not be. It might be a good experience. It might be a blessing to you like you've never had in your life. The biggest thing, I always say it on every show, you know that. Respect. You show them respect, and the majority of the time they're going to show you respect. That is what it's all about. They want respect. They want to be left alone, but they want respect when we do see them. And that's the biggest thing. And thank you for allowing us to do this. Thank you for allowing us to try to get the good out instead of just the bad.
I think it's fantastic, and the numbers speak for themselves too. I mean, I'm looking at it almost. I mean, you're getting close to 300 people, live listeners, and that's not, so your message is reaching the people, and the people are listening and receptive of that. I think it's amazing, and so I'm glad that you're willing to do the monthly panel, because you have, Gary, some of your knowledge, and I know that, but you are really knowledgeable. You're very level-headed. You've got a very kind heart. You've got good intentions. I think you're the best person to get this message out for them. I really do. I cannot do it justice the way that you can. So I think that's awesome that you're willing to take that on.
That's why they came to me, is because I'm willing to do it. I wasn't for a long time, but now I am. And they're giving me more and more all the time, because I am willing. I'm wanting to protect them, for instance, like they protect me. And anytime you want to know something, I'm willing to say it if I know it. If I don't know it, I'm not going to say it. And if I do, I'm going to say it's in my opinion anyway. But if you can get a hold of me or somebody that knows how to get a hold of Jean, if you want to know something, we'll ask Jean. She's 10 times more knowledgeable about these things than I am, these people. And I will try my best to answer any question I can. And like I said, I'm here anytime I can.
And two, before you go, Pops, where can you tell people what the best way is to reach you?
Facebook.
And
it's my name without the Pops or the senior.
So go ahead and
here, let me post my email.
He's on it, Maya. He's so look at him. I bet you have the fastest typing.
I'm so slow at this hour. I'm like, huh? Keith left. I was like, fuck, I didn't say nice to meet you. Yes. I'm so tired. Pops is like on it like a bonnet.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I totally understand it. So we got it right here. So it's Gary Spikes 58 at yahoo.com, right?
G Spikes.
Oh, G Spikes. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do this again. Wipe that what I just said. So if you're listening on the audio side, or you can't see like I clearly can't, it's G Spikes at 58 at yahoo.com.
And I don't check it every day, but I check it at least every couple of days.
Yeah, we'll get it put in the description too, and we can get something set for that panel. So well, Gary, again, and is there anything that you wanted to leave the people with until next time?
Well, I'm sorry I took up the whole show and didn't let everybody else talk enough, but
you didn't.
Like I said, just
stop it.
Yeah,
just respect. That's the main thing I say is respect. Always show respect.
And we have a lot for you. We really do. I look forward to this and having you guys back and hosting this once a month. It'll really help me learn, and it really will help the people to understand and get your message out there and their message out there. So that's awesome.
That's what it's all about, is getting the message out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're a great person to do that. So we thank you for that. And thank you for all you do around here. So we'll be seeing you soon, Gary.
Yeah, I'm back from my trip, so I'll be back on chat all the time.
We missed you. That sounds good. Oh man, aren't they a great crew? I absolutely I learned so, and it's great because it really helps me to see like how much commonality there is between the phenomenons. Like there's not much difference I didn't find from like how a lot of things with ET or the paranormal. I mean, they all seem to kind of go hand in hand in many, many ways.
Yeah, I agree. It's all very, very, very similar. Like everything they were saying, I was like, oh, yep, oh, yep, I've been there.
Yeah, you can kind of relate to it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and they're amazing crew. The whole panel tonight, just a lovely vibe. I got greeted with stuffed animals and big hellos. It was a really, really warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, it's nice to be welcomed like that, isn't it, Maya? Yeah. There could be some other ways, but we won't mention those. But yeah, it was a very pleasant. There, I just feel the warmth. Like it is. It's very moving and powerful.
Absolutely agree. Yeah.
And then, in closing, is there anything that you had for the audience?
Yeah, I did get a bit of a download at the middle of last week. It's now is the time to change the hate and fear into the frequency of kindness and love. It must begin with how we treat ourselves. Change how you treat yourself, and it will change how you treat others.
I like that. That's so very true. So very true. Wow. Yeah, and it is too a lot of tolerance and to be good to one another. It's really important. I need to remind myself of that too sometimes because you get caught up in things. You got to remember, it's you do the best you can with the tools you got at that time.
Absolutely. Well, and hate and fear it catches super quickly, and it's like a domino effect, and then it infects everything and everyone around you. So. But love and kindness can do the same thing. It just is not as big and abrupt, Fear and hate sells more than love and kindness does anywhere. So unfortunately, that's where we're at. So
that is true, though, and that's the way that they want it. It's by design. They feed off of it. It truly, that's a lot of it, and just like there's so many good parts of humanity we don't have to necessarily focus on and feed that negativity all the time. But yeah, I know that part bothers me. It's like you could have happy and joy, but no, the doom and gloom and that's what's sells, and it's not necessary. I mean, that's okay, like for a little entertainment, but people's lives when they come and they're at risk on that, it just really isn't that funny anymore. It's like, yeah, that's better jokes. Find some better jokes. But yeah, and Maya, if you want to tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Maya Starfire and on Facebook at Maya Starfire. For now, that's the only two platforms. And then you can find me here on SNX with Coley on Monday nights.
Absolutely. And Maya brings it every Monday. So if you guys have not already subscribed to Maya, definitely get over to her channel and do so. Maya Starfire on YouTube. She's got some stuff. She's got a phenomenal show that she's coming up. So I know she's, I know that you're not on a weekly, which is not how everybody is when they first start off. So, just everybody just knows she's getting there and really pushing forward. Maya, it's really honestly how far you've come is just like amazing. It really is amazing. And just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing awesome things. So it's been a fun to and I love that you're over here on Monday nights. So if you guys are ever looking for a show to watch on Monday nights, Maya is always here. We're at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fear, face everything and rise. That's good, Blazer. Our producer has the words of wisdom right there. Fear is face everything and rise. He's really good. Has he given you any pep talks yet, Maya? Like sometimes you're like, okay, you Blazer.
Today we got backstage and we're chatting for like almost an hour, and it really put me in a better mood. He's such a good dude. He's such a good dude. Yeah,
I know.
was
like sitting there
wonderful.
and are talking. And he's like, "All right, you got this now. You got this. Go ahead." And I'm like, "Man, if he really is, yeah,
Yeah.
I know."
He had this other line he was saying, not line, but this term he was using last week. Be the glitch in the matrix. I love that. Just be the glitch, but simple and elegant and to the point. Like, all right, yeah, you're right. We all need
And
to be that glitch,
understandable.
right?
Yes, it's not like this complex. It's very much, and then he's good at what he does. I was like, man. No, Blake, I was expecting him, and I told him I was expecting him to be. I didn't know exactly. Sometimes you never know, but he did not fit the profile of. He's very logical, and he's a very good on the production side. I mean, very, very good. I was like, oh man, we're lucky to have Blazer. And everybody should have one, but you don't get our Blazer, okay?
Absolutely agree on everything you just said. Yeah. I was expecting like a blue mohawk or something because of the thumbnail he uses or something. I don't know. Who knows? I never know who anybody's going to look like, and I'm usually
I know
usually surprised.
I was just envisioning more of but he's not. He's very well and very articulate and just very good at what he does. So I'll give you guys the mystery of Blazer. But I had a lot of fun tonight. It is when you can go and leave with a smile and you're like, man, they really did. They put a smile, like it just, you can feel the love, and that's definitely a good thing. So is there anything else that you can think of before we wrap it up?
No, just everyone have a good night. Be nice to yourself so you can be nice to everybody else, really. That's it.
That's right. People who hurt. That's profound. So on behalf of SNX Radio, thank you for taking the journey into the unknown. I'm Coley, also known as ColeyUFO, and we have the beautiful, lovely, and talented Miya Starfire. Definitely get over to her channel if you have not and subscribe. We will be back Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Or excuse me, when Thursday show is not set for 8 p.m., but Wednesday we'll be back. The next time will be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So until then, like they said, be good to one another and, get out there. And now's the time, Miya said, take those risks, take those chances, and live life to the fullest. You only get one time that you remember.
These they ain't lying. UFOs in the night.